Can't lie, I'm doing well for my age. Two dogs at the praying on my downfall. Well, that is truths in the casket, now they souls in the grave. I'm a star right, gotta bark right. I induce pain, I am Luke Kane, mix a Bruce Wayne. I'm a dark knight, watch you stargaze, got a hard light. I'm a dog on the leash, better talk right. Bet I do this, not a new kid, been a student. You're a doofus, on the real if you clueless. When I shoot shit, style too crisp, and I let it all hang out like a nudist. Oh, you wanna know who I am?
Hello, and welcome to Raw's live broadcast of the men's football for Varsity 2019. Coming up this evening, we'll be seeing Warwick and Coventry University battle it out to see who will be named champion of the first showcase event of the Varsity weekend. I'm Katie Tarrant, and I'm joined by Luke Edwards, Chiddy Umeano, and Joel Cryfield, who will be discussing events as they unfold this evening.
What's your surname?
Earlier this week, we sent Luke down to the Warwick men's training grounds to see how they've been preparing for Varsity. Let's take a look.
Over at Westwood, where we watch men's football prepare for their game against Coventry ahead of Varsity 2019. And it's really cold out here tonight. Making a lot of preparations ahead of your game against Coventry for Varsity. Any special preparations that you're making for them?
To be fair to the lads, we're always 100% when we train, so nothing's really changed. Just keep everyone going to the big fixture coming up in a few weeks.
And are there any players you think we should keep an eye on? Anyone for the viewers to keep an eye on ahead of your game?
Yeah, I'd say the front three, like they score goals, they're exciting to watch, and I'd then say myself and Ace, the other centre mid, we'd like a nutmeg, so keep an eye out for a few of them in the game.
Any special players, anyone who's performed particularly well this season you want the viewers to keep an eye out for?
Yeah, I'd watch everyone in attack, to be honest, the front three, and as well as our number 10. Just watch them because we've been firing goals and no team stopped us scoring this season. And we're ready off the back of two big wins in previous years as well, so we're ready. And
last year, a big 2-0 win, really good performance. I was there at the game. What did you make of the night? Obviously, a lot of people there watching, and we hope for something similar.
Yeah, I think the atmosphere was great. It was a great experience for me as a footballer, and I think the way we played that night just proved the standard we are compared to Cov, so hopefully the same thing next time.
Final question, score prediction.
I think it'll be a comfortable 5-0 win.
5-0.
5-0. Big words. Thank you very much. Cheers, buddy.
Thank you, Katie. I'm joined pitch side by George from Coventry. He's trained with the first team this season, but currently not playing today. George, first things first, how are you feeling about the match?
Confident, I'd say. Lost their first game on Wednesday, which isn't obviously good, but they've been playing well all season, and hopefully they can get the result today. Yeah.
And obviously a much bigger crowd here than usual, and the players will be used to. You've got people, 400 odd people here, people watching on the piazza, and those watching at home as well. How do you think that's going to affect the mentality of the players?
Hopefully it riles them up a bit more. Hopefully they get. Obviously they don't take it too far. They use it as like a motivation rather than take it too far past them, and they overplay towards it. Hopefully they play their own game, keep it simple, keep how they normally play, and don't play to the crowd really. Yeah.
There's been a lot of questions about sort of team selection, because obviously the Coventry seconds are actually in the league above the Coventry first. So how is the team lining up tonight? Is it sort of just the first, just the seconds, or a mixture of the two?
So the first team is just the first team. They've got a few of our seconds as squad players, just from the bench in case they get a few injuries, but that's just for depth. So it's the same team that'll be starting their league games as well.
Okay, cool. And finally, I've got to ask you your score prediction for the game.
They conceded 4 on Wednesday, so I'm going to go with a 3-2 Cov win.
All right, there we have it, 3-2, that's what he's saying. Thank you very much. Back to you, Katie.
So we know Warwick are currently second in their league on 18 points. Luke, any predictions for this evening?
Well, I watched them against Northampton in midweek. They played very well, some very clinical attacking football, and I fully expect them to go and take the result over here as well.
And Chiddy, how have Coventry been doing this season?
Well, Coventry have had a great season so far, scoring a lot of goals, 32 goals in 12 games, winning 10 of those games. So I think they really will score at least 2 goals, I reckon, today. So I think it'll be a very high-scoring game. Should be a lot of action tonight.
Lovely. And Joel, do you agree?
Yeah, I think both teams have a lot of goals in them if you look at the results they've had this season. Doing well in their leagues. And you can see the strikers, if they're on form today, I think it's going to be a high-scoring affair. I don't think it'll be a 0-0, definitely.
And there seems to be quite a lot of supporters out this evening. What do you think the atmosphere is going to be like?
I mean, it's electric. We saw just a load of fans from Warwick coming down the hill over there. It's just absolutely buzzing. Some great work from the fans to be able to show up on this cold night, and hopefully we'll give the support that Warwick need to go and get the win.
Lovely. And Chiddy, any specific predictions at all?
I think we're going to see a late winner here today. I think it'll be a very tight game. Maybe a few goals here and there, and I think it'll be decided in the last 5 minutes. So it depends on the fitness of the players here today.
Lovely. And Joel, any star players at all?
Well, I'd watch out for Pat Gibson. He's a centre defence midfielder. He's a man mountain. He's a warrior at the midfield. He'll look to command the midfield. And also Luke Pearce. I know him from my days intramural for history. Gave me a lot of goals. So he looked to him to get onto the ball, supply the ball to the wingers, and see if he can create any chances.
Luke, how about you? Anyone that you've heard of being particularly good?
I was very impressed with centre half Sam Tozover.
Any other comments?
Watch him for the overlaps down the left wing. So watch out for him.
One thing that Warwick will have to improve on, I would say, is just trying to...
And what kind of strengths do you think that Warwick has, though, on the other side of that, Luke?
Definitely the midfield three. They work very well, not only as a unit, but individually. There's Luke Pearce, who's just so creative on the ball, really good dribbler, really comfortable. Well, the number 5, forgotten his name, protects the back 4 very well. So if they can work together as a unit and be able to just spray passes around, dominate the ball, keep possession, I think Coventry will struggle.
And Joel, if you were playing on the pitch today, whereabouts would you want to be
I'll
playing?
definitely play up top. I want to get the last minute winner, send the fans crazy, be the hero, obviously.
But how would you feel playing against Coventry?
They look a bit Warwick just because the home advantage, the advantage with us. I think there will be a lot of goals in this game. If it's a 0-0, you can sue me, definitely, because I think there's going to be loads of goals.
That's lovely. And do we think more goals would be scored in the first half, second half? Do you reckon it's going to pick up? What are we thinking?
I reckon that it will start off very exciting, a couple of goals in the first 10-15 minutes before we'll slow down to pass in the game as everyone gets used to the atmosphere and everything, but then it'll pick up towards the end of the game, and we expected to see a late winner, as I said, so look forward to that.
And Luke, you obviously saw Warwick training earlier this week. How are they feeling? What was the kind of vibe like down there?
It was very much a relaxed atmosphere. They seemed very confident. A lot of passes being sprayed around the ball. Not a lot of panic seemed to be setting in. They seem to just really be enjoying themselves, and they have to do that tonight if they're going to go and get the win. You can't let the pressure get to you too much. You have to go out there and remember, you're here to have fun. This is why you play football. I think if they can do that, they should be able to go and get the result.
And if you give us a bit of a recap, how have Warwick been doing over the past few years when it comes to Warwick versus Coventry, Varsity? How have they been doing in the men's football?
Well, in 2015, I believe Coventry won 3-0, and then the year after, Coventry also won. But the past 2 years, Warwick have gone and claimed the victories with 2-1 victory in 2017 and a 2-0 victory in 2018. Again, it was very scrappy last year. I was down here to watch it. It was very much a game. It was a very cold night. Warwick had to go out there and try and get a result and really grind out a result in that match. So the fact they're able to do that just shows the grit and determination that this squad has, and hopefully they can repeat it again this year.
It certainly is a very cold night this evening as well. Chiddy, you actually watched the netball last year, didn't you? How did that compare? Do you think you're going to be? How do you think that's going to compare to tonight?
I think there'll be a lot more action tonight because I thought, well, netball's not really my sport. I don't really watch it often. It was an interesting experience to watch netball, but I think it'll be a lot more tight in terms of there are not as many goals as in netball, of course, but the atmosphere is a lot better here today than when I was at netball, so it'll be a really cracking game, I reckon.
Lovely. And any other last comments we would like to make? Yep. So actually, we'll take that. That's all from our panel for now. Thank you very much. So will Warwick continue to dominate the varsity football, or will Coventry spring a surprise? It's time to head over to our commentary team, Ed Farrar and Jack Butler. Thank you.
It is to be here for Varsity 2019.
I haven't got anything.
The year of commentary here at Varsity, I must say this might be the biggest showcase event we've been at. Here at the 4G Colonial, it's a beautiful arena, may I just say. It's floodlit, and we're very excited to be here for Warwick first versus Coventry first. The AstroTurf, I've been told, is a beautiful surface. A surface that, frankly, will
not going in.
So it's going to be an interesting game. I mean, you always get a fantastic atmosphere here at this game. I remember being there last year. But it's going to be great. I mean, Coventry fans making a lot of noise here at the 4G Cryfield pitch. It's a fantastic day. As I said, neither Warwick First or Coventry First have gone a Bucks game this season without scoring. Fantastic stat. Warwick and Coventry, two very good teams. Coventry, of course, top of their league. They hadn't lost a game all season until this very Wednesday, where they lost 5-4 to Worcester in their league. A fantastic team. We know a lot about them. We've seen them play before, and this Warwick team has won the last two varsities. This season they've beaten teams like Northampton Wands. They won against them on Wednesday 2-0, and they've beaten teams like Nottingham Trent seconds, and they even beat Loughborough thirds. A fantastic team. Jack Butler joins me. Jack, we see Warwick out there warming up.
Yeah.
What are you expecting from the game today? As we went to see Warwick on the Wednesday against Northampton, and we were thoroughly impressed.
We were impressed. It was a very good lineup. What really I noticed from the Warwick players was how offensively minded they are. They do like to bomb forward, particularly the midfield two there in the middle, Ish and Luke Pearce, the skipper. They're both exceptionally attacking minded, very good. Ish got a fantastic goal midweek as well, a beautiful chip against Northants. But I think that's where Warwick are going to break down this Coventry side. You know, Pearce and Ish in the middle, looking for Jay, who starts up top. He's a feisty character, but I mean, it all comes from that midfield too, the creativity that they do show in there. Obviously that midfield three supported by Pat Gibson, who likes to sit a little bit deeper. He's the man that's going to be breaking up the play this evening for Warwick, wearing the number 5 this evening, so he'll be one to look out for. But again, yeah, Ish and Luke Pearce the ones to watch this evening.
Let's run through the Warwick side then, shall we? In goal we have Ben Cole, very good with his feet is Ben Cole.
Yeah.
Then we have James Winsbury, Sam Toes, the tall imposing centre back, Thomas Gucci-Mayer and Ben Barlow as Coventry walk out now. The Coventry support getting very, very rowdy. Then you've got Pat Gibson sitting in a kind of Makalele role in front. Then you'll have Luke Pearce and Ish Olmedo, the creative players. They're the ones who are going to make things happen. Then you've got that front three of Ed Sediso, the only fresher in the team, Jay Batchelor and Alex Bailey, who is a club captain.
The only thing to note is, unfortunately, Moraes Budin does not feature tonight. Unfortunately, he's injured, so misses the Varsity game this evening, which is a shame because it's a fantastic event, and it's a shame to see someone miss out through injury.
Let's just talk our way through the Coventry team. Very, very strong team. Interesting situation for Coventry was Coventry seconds are in Warwick First League. They've lost twice against Warwick this season, but Coventry First are actually the league below. So let's run through this team. We've got James Pilkinson in goal. Then we have Ollie Marsh at right back. We'll have Charlie Ward, Josh O'Malley and Keelan Shand in defence. Then sitting in front of them we'll have Charlie Holmes and Ed Davis. We'll have Lorenzo Di Felice, fantastic name that man, may I say, as kind of attacking midfielder. And then kind of the front three, again another front three, Jake Anthony, Corey Parchment and Jason Evans. So it's a strong Warwick team, it's a strong Coventry team. Warwick, I'd say, have the slight push, and they've won Varsity the last 2 years.
100%, Ed. Warwick come into this as absolute favourites this evening. It's going to be a feisty affair, and the man in the middle tonight is Paul, who's reffing. He's got a tough evening on his hand. We saw how feisty it did get last year, as we again hear the wonderful, the chorus of the Coventry faithful there supporting the Coventry side, who are now in a huddle. It's interesting to see how they do line up. They're looking for kind of a 4-2-3-1 formation, and I think again it's going to be who has that quality in the final third, Ed.
We talk about that kind of feistiness. Fantastic stuff. In the Coventry last played Warwick. It was in the first game of the season, wasn't it? There was an incident.
Yeah. There was a very feisty incident. One of the Warwick centre backs, Santos, yeah, of course. He a little bit of an attack there as we kick off.
Here we go. Warwick are off, and we'll start off in midfield, racing through there. Is Pearce out wide to the left. We'll see Warwick try and play good football.
Yeah, 100%.
Umeano is pressed there by Coventry, clears it forward, and it's cleared away. But there's some little bit of space. Red Sadiza out there. Is that? No, it's not. It's as Coventry win a throw-in. Fans very rowdy. Coventry on their right-hand side will play it back into defence. Is cleared forward towards Sam Toes. Good in the air, but put under pressure by Coventry. There's a break on here through the middle. Good stop there by the captain. But here Coventry down the left-hand side. We'll go past Sam Toes. Looks to cut inside there, and they'll win a throw-in there. Will Coventry. Good start from Coventry. As you can see, they're pressing high. Northampton in midweek didn't really press.
No, they didn't.
We felt that was where you could get at them as some space down the left-hand side of Coventry into the area, but a very good challenge there from the captain, James Winsbury. That's a corner to Coventry.
It's a good start from Coventry, pressing nice and high, like you said, down that left-hand side. We talked about Warwick's ability to push on with the fullbacks, and that's what we've seen very early from Coventry, who have a very good opportunity, an early set piece here for them.
James Winsbury at the front post. No one on the post as it's cleared in. Headed across the area. It falls in nearly in. Cleared away by Jay Batchelor, falls to Coventry in the area. It's a free kick to Warwick, but that's come across goal all the way to the back post. Warwick, of course, have nobody on the post, so lots of numbers in the middle. Jay Batchelor does well to get involved there. You see Jay Batchelor, he loves to be in a battle as the centre forward, as they'll play away from the back here. Kyereme, the French centre back, will play it across the field towards Sam Toes. Very comfortable on his feet, under pressure early here. It's straight back to the keeper, Ben Cole, who has to put it out into space.
It's a very good press early on from Coventry. You see they look very much up for it, and I think Warwick look a little bit rattled early on here, Ed.
Yeah, absolutely they do. Coventry look like a team who are going to cause problems for Warwick. Obviously Coventry top of their league, the Coventry Ones at least, as that's cleared away for a throw-in by the club captain James Winsbury. I think what we saw from Warwick in midweek is that if you press them high, if you try and expose the centre-backs, you can definitely cause them some problems. Coventry have possession on the left-hand side. Good battle there from the Coventry player, but unfortunately he's gone out for a goal kick. Takes too hard a touch on the left foot. But yeah, Warwick like to play football. They like to take it short. But very often here, Coventry are pressing high, which is causing them issues. Ben Cole will take this out to Kyereme. As Kyereme will look for space down the left-hand side. Playing it back into midfield, Kyereme. Space for Warwick to try and break out. As we see the ball played out wide to Ed Sadiso, the only fresher in the team. Clips it towards Batchelor. Batchelor nearly gets on the end of it. It's cleared away by Coventry.
It's a fantastic bit of play there from Coventry. Whipped in from the right-hand side. And you see Jay Batchelor's movement in the middle there. He loses the two men who were trying to find him. And well, it's a decent chance. And now it's Warwick's chance to be on the front foot, Ed. It's the first time they've ventured into the Coventry half. Set piece here to be taken by Luke Pearce on the left-hand side.
Yeah, Luke Pearce, the captain, takes all set pieces. Clips this towards the front post. Batchelor nearly gets his head in. It falls all the way to actually Batchelor the back post, who skies it back in. It'll be cleared away by Connor. Goes back to a goal kick. Flicked on at the front post. Jay Batchelor in at the back post. Couldn't quite get his effort on target. Jay Batchelor, second-year economics student from East London. He's on the executive committee. He's good at hold-up play. He's a complete striker almost. As Coventry clear this forward. Player zipped out left. Under the floodlights. As Sam Toes goes up and wins this one, but there's space for Coventry here in front of the defence. Here come Coventry on the edge of the area, driving out left. Draws a foul from Sam Toes there. Good play from the Coventry number 7.
You hear the roar there from the Warwick faithful. It looked a bit close, but it's a dangerous opportunity here now for the likes of Luke Pearce-ish in the middle there, as well as actually James Winsbury listening as well. It's going to be looking to target Ben Cole here.
Coventry player on the end. Ben Cole makes a startling two-handed save, pushing it over the bar. Coventry are dominating the early stages. We know they've got a lot of energy. Again, they haven't gone a single game this season without scoring. Jay Batchelor with Ben Cole trying to keep Coventry away. Coventry all at the back post as the ball is fired into the front post. It falls all the way through, and that's going to go out for a goal kick, and that has flown right across the area.
It's a fantastic delivery in there. Luke Pearce tries to get the ball
corner,
away,
that for Coventry.
but he's not able to as the referee overrules his linesman's decision there. And Coventry, again, looking dangerous from these set pieces, Ed, and it's a big opportunity for Coventry now to work Ben Cole. But again, Ed, what a fantastic save that was.
Absolutely. Coventry, the back post is cleared away by Coventry, then cleared away very well by the captain there, Luke Pearce. This is going to be a very difficult game for Warwick to control. It's tugged back there from the Coventry player. They know they're going to have a difficult time against the pace of this Warwick midfield. Rested a couple of players against Worcester firsts. We'll see how they go today. As
Again, Luke Pearce
on the, again, even all the way back, he drops back and he will hit this long all the way towards Ben Barlow, the left back. He's a very competitive player. Wins that header, cleared high into the sky by Coventry. I think that's comes off a Warwick player in the end, out for a Coventry free kick. Coventry throwing.
Again, that's what we see from Warwick, looking to get forward down the left-hand side, and Ben Barlow almost as good attacking offensively as he is defensively. A very good competitor, like you said, Ed. And again, you can see him looking. There's
a tangle there between two players. Tensions are blurring already here, you have to say. And that is cleared towards. But Ben Barlow is going to win this. Coventry down the right-hand side now, trying to get a little bit of space cleared away. It's going to be blocked by the main man, Pat Gibson, sitting in front of that defence. He drifts out wide this time to stop the ball coming in from the Coventry
Pat Gibson in the number 15 shirt tonight, not in the 5. As I said earlier, again, you see what he's doing there, looking to snuff out danger and work across to the left-hand side. He does well there.
Warwick are marshalling Coventry well here, but they look very, very dangerous to Coventry. As the ball's cleared across the box to Ed Sediso. Will try to break away. Pearce wins that 50-50. Here comes Sediso. Looking for space out wide. Ben Barlow won't be able to win that, and the Coventry fans are very happy about that indeed.
From the Coventry faithful there, Ed. But one man I do want to pick out for you is DeFelici, who starts up top. Well, not up top, but sort of in the middle. He's a very good player. I was speaking to one of the Coventry guys earlier on, and he picked him out as a very creative player in the middle, number 10, who is... It is one that we haven't seen Coventry maybe get on the ball as much as we would like. We then got Anthony up top, the big number 9. He's a sharp player, and it'll be interesting to see what he can do. Parchment is also one to watch in the black and yellow boots there for you. Very pacey player.
Yeah, that's number 7, who's in the middle. Lots of players in the back post as Coventry have a free kick on their right-hand side. Everyone but Ed Sediso back.
See
one
Ward
man on the wall,
very good at the
left-footed, put towards Ben Cole, who'll shepherd this one out, but it's a good corner.
Yeah.
It's a good free kick, curling in. I think when you get behind Warwick, there's some
100%.
issues.
I mean, you saw the skipper there, Ward, number 14. Very, very, from what he said, a very good competitor. As for the Coventry lot was saying, the skipper starts in at centre-half, but again, you see that option that they have from these set pieces, and Coventry look very dangerous from dead ball situations, Ed.
Sam Toes clears that forward. Well collected there by the one player. Ben Barlow out wide has cleared forward. Coventry will take the opportunity to clear this into the stands, but there's time for Warwick to regroup here. They look dangerous out on the left. We know how dangerous Ben Barlow is out on the left as Warwick cut inside.
Lovely feet.
Oh, brilliant feet there from Pearce, the captain. It'll be cleared. Coventry regain the ball and they'll push forward now. Good 1-2. It's cleared down the line. Umeano and Cole will be rushed. Cole will have to clear that into the stand.
But again, we see Anthony looking to get in there. The centre forward there, number 9, Anthony, in the red boots, looking to push on and stretch that Coventry defence. And we did pick out earlier on, maybe that's where the weakness does lie for this for this Warwick side, Ed. It is when they do push on, they do look so great, but when they do commit those numbers forward, the counter-attack does look well on for Coventry. As we see a few more people creeping in to watch this fantastic spectacle.
Indeed, a bigger crowd is getting every time.
It's unlucky there from Parchment there for Coventry. Nice little flick trying to play in Anthony there, but he's not able to find him as it goes out for a goal kick to Warwick.
Ben Cole again will probably look to take the short. Umeano and Toes spread out. He's going to take this long now towards Jay Batchelor, who's playing up top. We know how strong Jay Batchelor is. He can go in behind as Cole drills this forward. Up towards Ed Sediso. Jay Batchelor will come up for that one. Balls to Warwick.
Oh, lovely feet.
Cleared away by Coventry, and there'll be a little bit of space out wide from Marsh now, in competition with the Warwick captain, James Winsbury.
Club captain there,
Club
James
captain,
Winsbury.
James Winsbury. James Winsbury is 4th year Global Sustainable Development business student from Slinfold, which I'm told is in West Sussex. I have no idea, as the ball is cleared away by Pearce, only to the Coventry feet though. There is some space for Warwick. Competitive from Coventry. Here's Kyereme trying to win the ball in front of the very quick Parchment, as we heard. Ben Barlow will have to clear that down the line.
It's one thing I do want to point out, Ed, is it's been a very good start from both sides, very high intensity, fantastic crowd. But we haven't actually seen the Coventry goalkeeper touch the ball yet. Pilkington's been standing up there, and we haven't seen him do much yet.
As the ball is cleared forward towards Parchment and the yellow and black. As soon as he's beaten to it by Ben Barlow, he wins a lot of 50-50s. He clears that forward, but it's only a throw-in. Coventry are pressing very, very high, Jack.
They look up for it.
This is fired forward towards Anthony, the captain, up against Ben Barlow, who again wins that challenge. Fair, strong, bit of a tangle there. It's going to be a good battle, I think. We know that Anthony loves to run those channels, try and create space for creative players like Duchamon and Parchment, as Coventry will fire this forward. In behind Pat Gibson, here's Jake Anthony, finds a space. Gibson wins that in the area. It's cleared away.
This is where Pearce has an opportunity to drive here. Warwick with a few numbers going forward.
As Luke Pearce and Holmes. And it's cleared forward by Pat Gibson. And in behind goes Luke Pearce. He turns and runs. He's very quick. And he forces a throw in down on the left-hand side, which he will take. Then Barlow races forward. James Winsbury at right back has looked solid today. And there's a lot of space out wide if he was to bomb forward like he does. And it'll be Ben Barlow who will slowly walk forward. I think Warwick will want to calm the game down a little bit.
Ed.
It's very important to them to calm the game down, because I think they know they're the better team, but Coventry have come out here with a real battle as Ben Barlow puts that towards the area. Luke Pearce will come up for that one. It's cleared away by Coventry. And Coventry head will come to it, and they will clear down the line, which for Anthony to chase again, I would imagine. Anthony will get in behind Winsbury. Toes will have to do well here. Lots of pressure on Cole, but then it gets beautifully played to Kyereme. And he finds the space out wide for Pearce, but unfortunately can't get
But again, we see that from Coventry. That's obviously their out ball, looking for Anthony up top. He's a very good player, and he's looked sharp, and he's testing Kyereme and Sam Toes at the back, and Warwick look a little bit stretched at the moment.
It's going to be cleared away by Winsbury, the club captain. It's blocked by Coventry, and there's a throw in. If you look at Sam Toes and Thomas Kyereme, two very much chalk and cheese defenders. Sam Toes, imperious, tall, very good in the air, but also very good with his feet. And Kyereme, Toes wins another one. Kyereme slightly slighter, as in goes Pat Gibson for a challenge. Comes on the one. He's going to decide where Coventry looks strongest. He's going to marshal this defence, as will Ben Cole. It's a Coventry free kick.
Again, Coventry trying their best to attack from these dead ball situations here. They've looked very dangerous, and they're looking to work Sam Cole in goal again.
Coventry with the free kick. Under the floodlights in Varsity 2019, the score remains 0-0. It's fired towards the back post. Out comes the keeper, Ben Cole. Doesn't get to it. Fires cross line. Brilliant defending. An unbelievable bit of defending from Thomas Kyereme, as Butler holds it up. Beautifully played. Warwick are really into this. What a football match this is turning out to be.
What an opportunity. That's a fantastic ball towards the back post there from Coventry, and it's a knockdown. Ben Cole comes out, doesn't get to the ball, and it's a superb bit of defending there. Kyereme, the centre back there, he may not be the biggest man at the heart of the defence, but he's putting in a top performance here.
Absolutely. It's cleared away by Pat Gibson. Yeah, I think Ben Cole really did not look like he had that under control. It went over his head, ball was headed back in, and you thought it was destined as two Coventry players were there. But Thomas Kyereme, we know he's not the tallest, but he has a very good football brain, gets there brilliantly as it's fired in towards Coventry. And Ben Barlow again wins a good challenge against Holmes. And Ben Barlow actually wins the throw-in. He's up for the battle.
Yeah, Ben Barlow, you can tell as soon as he gets a little cheer from the crowd, he's wanting to put in a big challenge, put in the performance. It's been a very competitive start, but a very even start, Ed.
Yeah, I think Coventry just at the top of it, as it's cleared towards Sadiso by Gibson. Sadiso, the only fresh in the team, can't control. That goes up for throwing. It probably suits Ben Barlow to be next to the big crowd this half.
Yeah, 100%.
Really try and stoke them up, cause the pressure. Warwick, of course, a home crowd, but there's a good Coventry support here. As it's cleared forward, Sadiso will get his head to it. Bit of space in the middle for Warwick, and Sadiso will come away from it. We know he can beat a player or two. He's good in a battle.
He's got very good quick feet, Ed. Very quick feet.
As Warwick will break forward now. clipped towards the back post and
It's a lovely ball.
just past and the Warwick left winger.
But again, that's the man that Warwick need to get more on the ball is Ish. Here a little bit. So, I mean, we've seen Piercy drop back into the midfield to try and get on the ball, but Ish is the man, I think. He's a very creative player in the middle, number 7 there. And you see him getting on the ball and straight away looking to switch the play out to the left-hand flank, and unfortunately just overhits the pass touch. But it's been a decent start for Warwick as the physio runs on. I'm not sure who is down for Coventry.
Yeah, I tell you
see.
what, straight away, I think there's a lot of space out wide on the right when Ben Barlow draws them in. And player down here for Coventry gives us a little bit of a chance to take a close at the Warwick team that are in Varsity today. Of course, we've got James Winsbury, Sam Toes, Thomas Kyereme and Ben Barlow at the back. Sitting right in front of them is Pat Gibson. We know he's a very, very strong player, Pat Gibson. He reminds me a little bit of Dean Whitehead, or as Jack will likely say, Declan Rice, as a massive West Ham fan. Indeed he will. We love Pat Gibson. He's really a good battler. He's a 4th-year engineering student from Wimbledon, president of futsal last year. And I think someone I definitely want to pick out straight away from this lineup is a man I think has been very influential so far this game actually. Alex Bailey, he's a 3rd-year history student from Bedford. He's vice club captain.
Yes.
He suffered some heart problems, so didn't play last season, but very influential player in this first team. We can see down the left-hand side, he's nearly got in behind a little couple of times. He was nearly found by Ish
100%.
Olmedo. He got in behind Coventry. He's actually in one of my seminars last year. So
I think it's O'Malley who's gone down there. It's a physio has run on to the pitch, but he seems alright, and it looks like he will be able to continue. A little knock there for O'Malley at the heart of the Coventry defence, continuing with 10 men at the moment. But again, Ed, this is the first time we've seen Pilkington in goal touch the ball. But this little break in play, one thing to notice, we still can hear the fans on our left-hand side, away from you in the corner where you were watching, making a lot of noise and really getting behind this Varsity spectacle. The first showcase event of the weekend, lots more great sport to come up, but it's been a fantastic competitive start as we expected.
Kyereme will clear that away. Coventry, O'Malley will leap on shortly, but Coventry down to 10 men currently and clear it forward, and James Winsbury will cover that. Of course, the keeper, James Pilkington, he hasn't had much to do. He's a business and marketing 3rd year. He once trained with Robbie Fowler at the Liverpool Academy. We'll wonder if that's actually true. We'll have to see how good he is. As it's cleared forward, Sadiso will control. A couple of keepy uppies. He's showing off for the crowd, isn't he? But we know Ed Sadiso is a very, very good player. Only fresher in the first team. He's got a bit of quality about him. As James Winsbury finds Ed Sadiso, he keeps it up. A couple of keepy uppies. But here comes Anthony down the left-hand side. Couple of players in the middle. Up against Sam Toes. Goes inside. Anthony tries to clip it in while blocked by Toes. But here Coventry come again. As Sam Toes draw that wide.
The left-back bombing on.
Anthony versus Toes. Not much space on the left-hand side, but they're finding a little bit to play with against Sadiso. Down the left-hand side. Into the area. Cleared well away by Pat Gibson yet again. Jay Batchelor staying back, drawing himself back to hold up the ball, and he's calmed things down. He'll fire this all the way over to Ben Barlow, who finds a good ball in. We can't quite control. As Coventry will try to work again, lots of space on his left-hand side. Sam Toes has been drawn out position as it's fired towards Ben Cole, who will control that. Towards Kyereme. Now, the French player, Ish Olmedo will play it back into Kyereme. So again,
lovely bit of
the
play.
pressure I think is getting to Warwick as here come Coventry, a nutmeg as Luke Pearce will
Loved
come
by
away
the crowd
from
there.
I think everybody loves a nutmeg, but there you go, that's good play actually from the man we were told to look out for, Parchment. He's got a lot of skill.
He showed it there with a little nutmeg, but again it's Ben Barlow getting forward on the left hand side for Warwick.
Here's Ben Barlow looking towards Jay Batchelor. Jay Batchelor arrives and it will fly over the bar.
It's a lovely bit of play there again. As we said earlier, number 3, Ben Barlow looking to bomb on down the left-hand side for Warwick. That's exactly what he does there. And he has that quality. As you see, fullbacks often in that position. Can he pick someone out? And he puts in a fantastic cross. Fizzes it across the Coventry, kind of 18-yard box. And Jay Batchelor, fantastic bit of defending there from the skipper. Ward there, who manages to kind of outmuscle Butler and make sure that his attempt with his head flies over Pilkington's goal.
Cleared by Pilkington. Definite battle in Butler and the two centre-backs there, O'Malley and Ward, as Butler will chase this in. Butler in behind and the Coventry player goes down. There's Ward, but Pilkington covers. Butler there, really chasing down with all his vigour. We know that he's going to chase it down. As it's cleared forward towards Winsbury. He'll control that. Not the best idea on his chest there, but he'll come away with it. There's Tediso, a lovely fake there as Pearce wins that. He'll play that into midfield. There's Jay Butler. A little bit of space here for Pat Gibson on the left-hand side. Here's Ben Barlow. Ish Solmedo, we know he's a good player, unfortunately loses it there.
Decent
but
challenge there by Sean, the right back.
We see them building into the game here, Warwick. They're getting it in those pockets of space in front of that defensive four. We know that's where they're strong.
100%.
They're strong defensively. We know Coventry are good on the attack, but if Warwick can find pockets of space in front of that defence, and then Jay Butler and Ish Solmedo can make those runs in behind, there's definite trouble looming for Coventry. Still 0-0 in Varsity 2019.
I mean, that's what we're seeing there. It's the overload that they're able to get on the left-hand side.
Space here on the left-hand side. Winsbury has been cut inside of. Ball put in the area. Coventry player gets his head on there. I think that's Anthony.
It is Anthony.
That's the Anthony striker, but Ben Cole. It's straight at him, luckily. He's caught between Kyereme and Sam Toes there, and Ben Cole, luckily, stops Nancy's strike straight at him. Anthony had a free header there.
I think he has to do better, Ed, there. I mean, it's a fantastic delivery in from left-hand side, cuts back onto his stronger right foot, and he picks out Anthony with the ball. And I think 6 yards out, he's got to do better and put a bit more power on that header, and at least put it either side of Ben Cole, who in the end has a routine save.
Absolutely, I think he goes to try and guide it into the goal rather than power it. It's Ben Barlow down left-hand side with some Bailey on the left wing. Here's Parchment again.
Lovely thing.
Comes away from Pat Gibson. Parchment, two players on him. Comes in front of Pearce. In again in front past Pearce. Parchment still going. Left-footed strike over the bar. That's not too far away though from Parchment. Gets past 2 or 3 players. I think he beats the captain Pearce there twice onto his left foot. And it's over Ben Cole's goal. Ben Cole not really worried about that one, but we suddenly see the feet of Parchment, and you can see why he scored so many goals this season, Jack.
100%. It's beautiful feet from Parchment, who's able to jump in from the right hand side. Fantastic feet, beats 2 men, and you're just looking for a little bit of quality, and unfortunately he puts it wide of Ben Cole's goal.
Yeah, he's not far away though, as Butler goes up for that one. He'll fall, I think, he'll fall. Pearce drops deep now. Toes into Pearce. Coventry pressing high, but Pearce very, very happy to stay on the ball. Clears that forward for Sadiso to chase him behind us.
That's the thing I've noticed this half. Coventry with a very high press, and it means that Warwick are having to play the long ball quite a lot, and it's been quite easy so far for the Coventry defenders.
Absolutely. Here's Pat Gibson. Over to Ben Barlow. Parchment will come in, but here's Barlow. Bailey's on his left. Will find Bailey, who comes in into his right-hand side. Finds a space there for Soledo. And here is Ben Barlow again. Beats his player. Parchment tries to get the ball into the box, but that will just fall to James Pilkington. Coventry keeper who's going to fire that out to Anthony, the tall centre forward who rises to win that one. Toes controls it. Kyereme into, there he is.
Pat
Gibson can only clear that away, but he's done well there. I think
he's done very well there, Pat Gibson, and I think he's got the throw. Yeah, the linesman's given them the throws. The Warwick faithful happy with that decision. But again, Ed, it's been a lot more even than we expected. Coventry look right up for this. They brought some decent numbers in the crowd as well. But for Warwick, I think their best chance is down this left-hand side. Can they get a 2v1? Can they get Barlow to bomb on and support Bailey down that left-hand side? And I think that's where their joy is going to come on if they are to start targeting Pilkington a little bit more, because they haven't worked him yet.
Yeah, Ben Barlow on this left-hand side. Varsity 2019, Warwick 0, Coventry 0. The battle of two excellent teams. Coventry unbeaten until Wednesday. I think they rested a few players for that game against Worcester Wands, as Barlow will try and win that. Good challenge on the Coventry side. Game's starting to break up a little bit. I think the thing is, well, we've seen a little bit from Parchment. We just haven't seen that little bit of quality happen midweek. It really happened midweek with Ish Almedo winning a beautiful chip to put him ahead against Northampton. I think Warwick just need a little bit of quality.
We're coming to the midway through this first half, Ed. And it's been pretty even from both sides. Lack quality perhaps in the same times, but Coventry are really dominating so far. They've had the two decent opportunities. First, that free kick working Ben Cole, who had a fantastic save. And again, I think it's Parchment. The joys come from there. He's won a few free kicks, and then we had a really big opportunity. A fantastic ball in from the left-hand side, and it was Anthony, the big number 9, up top, who just wasn't able to guide his header past Ben Cole in goal. But again, Ben Cole keeping Warwick in this at the moment. But as we go through this first half, Warwick growing in confidence, perhaps settling their nerves and jumping back into this a little bit more as Pilkington gets us back underway.
Anthony versus Kyereme. Kyereme wins that one. We know a little bit about Anthony. He's a second-year sports psychology student. I believe it's going to be a free kick to Warwick to try and move up the pitch. As we know, Warwick kind of try and push up the pitch as much as possible. They want to keep Coventry contained in their own half. That's going to be very, very important to them. As, again, Pearce drops deep to take the...
It's interesting that Pearce is over it. He's got a very good free kick on him. He's on the corners as well, and he likes to usually swing it in deep, but this time he opts to go short out wide to James Winsbury getting forward.
James Winsbury on the right-hand side. We'll clip that towards Jay Batchelor, who does well on the right-hand side. Bit of space here for Ed Sadiso into Winsbury again. You might have to go all the way back to Toes. He finds Kyereme. Drive forward into Cap Pearce. Cuts inside. Playing along the back here, Winsbury to Toes. Toes has got a few options in the middle. There's Pearce who pops up everywhere. Sadiso under pressure from the Shan. I'm really looking forward to this battle. I think we've seen a little bit of Ollie Marsh versus Alex Bailey. Lots of skill on show there. Very even contest. Still 0-0. Warwick versus Coventry. It's a Warwick free kick. We see Sam Toes, the tall centre back.
Yeah.
Final year economics student from Gloucester. He was punched in the face by a Coventry 2 striker in the first league of the season. Loves a bit of a scrap. This game hasn't quite got scrappy yet. No real quality.
There's been some decent challenges. It's been very competitive as Pearce over this free kick. Big opportunity for Warwick.
Pearce puts this towards the front post. Falls nearly to Ish Almeida, and he had a chance there.
He hangs his head there. He should have done better. It's again, it's a superb ball in from the one skipper, Luke Pearce there, wide on the right-hand side, swings it in, and he doesn't go deep this time, opts to whip it in towards the front post, and Ish, lovely bit of movement, loses his man, and he's able to just not quite work it towards the goal. Decent bit of defending from Coventry, but Warwick have a corner here.
Pearce will be over this. Sadiso with him. Puts towards the front post again. Nearly Alex Pearce gets there. Nearly Alex Bailey there. Alex Bailey and Kyereme over that one. I think that's Bailey who nearly gets his head to it. Again, Warwick are starting to move up the pitch. Couple of chances to challenge Coventry. We just haven't seen that little bit of quality yet.
Yeah.
And Coventry will recycle again. I think Coventry really pegged back Warwick early on. I think I've lost a little bit of that early energy, but I'll tell you what, with Parchment on the ball, I don't think it happens. So I think they have to be very careful as Anthony drifts out wide to get involved with Ben Barlow. Cleared forward. Towards Ben Barley, Kyereme will win that one. Cleared forward by Coventry towards Sam Toes. Played into midfield. Here's Winsbury, a little space to run this. We know he likes to bomb on. Cross-field ball. He's trying to get Bailey inside, but it's Batchelor really deep. Beautiful chest control. Nearly a wonderful pass off to Ben Barley. I tell you what, when Jay Batchelor gets it right, he looks like one of the most beautiful footballers you could possibly imagine. Not what you possibly imagine from Warwick first main striker, but he can really play his football. He loves to drop deep. But I think against this Coventry side, I'd really like to see him get in behind this. Good play there from big Pat Gibson from the defence, dealing with this. I think Coventry will want to hang into half-time. Obviously Coventry first the league below, Coventry seconds below Warwick in the table. They probably come here as underdogs, but they really have done incredibly well. The longer this stays 0-0, the far better. Coventry.
Yeah, you can see
Pearce over this one again.
It's a big opportunity. Pearce again.
Tries for this towards the back post. It comes all the way to the keeper. He does well. Pilkington will try and break early here. Slows the ball down. He'll fire this towards Parchment. Winsbury does well there, but here's Anthony. He's going to race over to this one under pressure from Pearce and Bailey. Bailey gets in there well. With a strong challenge.
That's Holmes there, Ed. Yeah. Holmes there, looking well, but again, it's that quick break from Coventry. Warwick flooding men forward, and Holmes on the right-hand side able to win the free kick, and it's a decent opportunity for Coventry here. Looking to test Ben Cole in goal, but Holmes breaking forward. There's a lot of people lining up for Coventry in the box here. We've got number 9, Anthony, there, as well as Parchment, number 7, looking to push forward towards the back post. The skipper up from the back as well.
Coventry free kick towards the back post. Will Ben Cole come out? He won't. Headed over the area. His brilliant save from Ben Cole. We love to see it.
What a save!
And that is an unbelievable save. Parchment at the back post tries to put that on the half volley, and Ben Cole just gets him, somehow deflects that over the top. That is a brilliant save from Ben Cole. He keeps Warwick in it. Parchment is scratching his head. He has no idea how he didn't score there. And it's a free kick to Coventry. Put in towards the back post, but that's well over everybody. I'm not sure they would keep that in.
That's all over there. The skipper, again, a fantastic opportunity. The skipper Ward up from the back there, wins the knockdown, looks to find Parchment, and Ben Cole does superbly well to keep that out. It looked like it was going to only find one way and bury it into the back of the net, but Warwick somehow keeping the score at 0-0. Ben Cole with another fantastic save. He's keeping Warwick in this as it stands as Kyereme brings the ball forward.
Here's Pierce, will find Barlow. Good pressure there from Parchment, and that save from Ben Cole.
Yeah.
So close in. He really gets to the feet, this brave keeper. Spreads himself wide. There's Anthony against Kyereme. Anthony drives himself into the area. Sam Toes will clear away. Here's Barlow. Pierce loses out here. Coventry has some space. Clips towards Ben Cole, but he'll deal with that quite comfortably, even though a little scrimmage. There's no way Anthony's getting anywhere near him. As Pierce will break forward under pressure from Coventry. Beautifully.
It's a lovely bit of feet there from Pierce.
Here's Pierce again, dropping deep, he'll find Toes. Warwick very happy to draw Coventry here. They know the Kyereme and Toes, and even Ben Cole and goal the regular defeats. Barlow finds a little bit of space, but again it's cut out. Ben Barlow hasn't looked himself stairs. Parchment cuts inside, finds some space. Well played by Jay Batchelor. Dropping in well. Pat Gibson will try and fire the ball forward. Into the air. Here's Pat Gibson again, going up for it. He'll fall to Anthony. Left by Toes. He's in behind Winsbury, but the left winger isn't going anywhere near there. Ben Cole, slow it down. I just can't tell which way this game is going to go next. No. Kyereme is down the left-hand side, looking for options again. Umeano will drop deep, and here's Pat Gibson. Try to break up play in front of that back four. Toes into Jay Batch, who clips in behind nicely for Ed Sadiso. We'd love to get him in the game. Here's Winsbury. Winsbury on his right foot. Claps into his left. Falling all the way to Alex Bailey. Can't quite control it in the area. Alex Bailey tries to keep it. It's going to fall to Umeano, is it? No, Parchment will drill that away, but only to Ben Barlow for Warwick to start the game again. Here's Pierce, dropping deep again. Who's he looking for to get him behind? I think getting him behind this Coventry team would be interesting. Jay Batchelor, Umeano can definitely fire forward. As here is Pat Gibson driving up the field himself. Strong challenge. Ed Sadiso will try and win that. Oh, here the challengers are flying in, and James Winsbury goes in for one. Slightly too strong on the Coventry player. Challengers are starting to fly in now. You feel Varsity's really really starting to heat up.
That's the first proper challenge we've seen this afternoon. A big challenge from the club captain Winsbury there, setting the tone, and I think that's important. He may have given away the foul, but to be perfectly honest, Warwick look a bit rattled at the moment, so it's important to put in a challenge like that, show that they're up for it. And I think it's been Coventry pushing on. They've created the chances, Ed, if we are perfectly honest.
Minor concern. 4 people have passed behind us with cakes. I think there's a bake sale going on, and I'm not involved in it. Thoroughly disappointed. I'm going to ask Luke from the panel to go get me a cake, I think. This is going to be cleared forward by Coventry towards Sam Toes, who'll try and win this one. Does so very well. Umeano clips it in towards Pierce. Jay Batchelor now drifting in, and he'll find Pat Gibson. Looking out for Ben Barlow. Ben Barlow versus Parchment is a really interesting battle. As Parchment here again, very skillfully done. He'll very confident on the ball, playing it back into Coventry. So they'll try and build their play again. I think the difference here is Warwick are starting to dominate a little bit on the ball as Alex Bailey will press. I think Warwick midfield, Umeano now, putting this into the box. Here's Jay Batchelor. Here's Alex Bailey. He'll cut onto his right-hand side, clips it into the box, and it's going to fall to James Winsbury, who tries to win that one. Here's Ed Sadiso up against his left back. Good play from the Coventry left back, you have to say there. Very good play from Shand there. And I think Warwick's midfield just look more comfortable on the ball. The more they settle in, the more space there is, they'll do well. I think they also build from the back better. I think Coventry's defenders look resolute, very strong. Do I think they can build up through the play? No, I think the key is getting the ball out wide to Parchment, letting Anthony run the channels as Ball is played into Coventry, and here he is. Ben Cole will come out on his line. Does very well
Good bit of
to
keeping
stop the run there of the Coventry left winger. Ben Cole will roll this out.
That's Marsh there, sorry.
Sometimes that's Marsh. As Pierce into Winsbury on the right-hand side.
I think
Here is
yours.
Pierce again. Pierce, good challenge. Again, challenges flying in as Santos and Cole, Kyereme, Gibson and Pierce very happy to drop in. Very comfortable with the ball at their feet. Early pressure was put on by Anthony, but I think he's got to maintain energy because the more he runs those channels, the more problems Warwick are going to face. As cleared away, Butler. Sadiso. Here's Pierce on the ball. He's got options out wide, loads of space for Ben Barlow. As he plays into Osholmedo, dropping deep. Here's Thomas Kyereme. Jack's nightmare for being able to pronounce his name as Bailey into Ben Barlow. Ben Barlow's going to try and win that. Will he keep it in? I think he has. Here's Ben Barlow. Try and force past Parchment. Here's Alex Bailey into the area. Here's Jay Batchelor shoots, and that's way
big chance there.
I'm not sure
Big
I
chance.
think that's going to go out for a yes, it is going out for a throw-in. It's nearly, I don't think it was right there for shooting. He didn't have much of an option, but Bailey's driven through the penalty area there. It nearly falls kindly to Batchelor.
Yeah.
But I think now Warwick is starting to get their creative
Again.
players like Bailey into the area, and I think when you get Bailey, Olmedo, Batchelor into the area, they're going to cause you problems.
Again, what we're seeing is Warwick getting a lot more of the ball in the midfield third now as Coventry break.
Here is Parchment. I don't think he's kept that in. He's very quick. He's
But
tried his best. But I think Parchment versus
Barlow is
a
the big gap.
challenge
Yeah.
there. I think that's what the matchup I'm really looking forward to. I'd love to hear the panel's thoughts on that. As Pierce into Santos. Winsbury under a little bit of pressure, but he'll easily drift past that. Finds a little bit of space, but here's Parchment. What can he do? Drop this into midfield as Coventry try and force themselves forward. Santos will try and compete for this, and wow, good challenge from Winsbury. As Coventry will try and recycle this. Lots of pressure on the ball, but the ball's clipped in. Behind Barlow, here's Parchment, but he's offside.
Again, it's that movement on the right-hand side. It is Parchment on his left foot. He likes to drift infield, and he's making that run in between Ben Barlow and Kyereme, and he's getting a little bit of joy. Unfortunately, couldn't beat the linesman's flag that time.
Very lucky. We've got a few celebrities here at the show, of course. We've got Balraj Dingro, the sports officer at Warwick SU. I can see both the ball editors, Elliot Mulligan and Dan Rubin, also here as Ben Cole will fire this forward as the Warwick chants start to grow, as Warwick grow into the game. Here's Olmedo under pressure, but beautifully done, as Pierce will drift on this left-hand side. Warwick trying to build. Here is Pierce. Drop this back to Santos. Warwick happy to be patient now. It's important for them to do so as Coventry do concede goals.
That's unlucky there, and I think that's it's not going to do his conference well good because again in this last 10 or so minutes we've really seen both Ish and Piercy get on the ball a little bit more. Warwick more patient with their build up, looking to play it into those two because that's where the creativity is coming. And then it's once they've got the ball in there, can they look to find the winger Sadiso and Bailey, and the joy is coming down this left hand side. But again, it's good to see Warwick growing in confidence and looking to build on what is a shaky start. But they're looking much more assured now.
As Coventry have a free kick on the halfway line, and it'll be James Pilkington. Ben Cole's not going to go for it. Kyereme will head it away, but it only falls on the left side of the box for Coventry. It's clipped towards the back post, and it's cleared away by Barlow. But here's Parchment. Can he get on his left foot? He does so. It's straight to Ben Cole. Again, he finds space to get on his left foot, but it's straight at Ben Cole.
And again, it's Marsh on the left-hand side. He's looked very dangerous, but James Winsbury's done well. He hasn't given him too much to go by so far, but number 12, Marsh, doing well on that left-hand side. And again, his delivery looks very dangerous once he's able to
Anthony really pressing Ben Cole, but Ben Cole again looks comfy. Coventry starting to press more.
He's a handful up front, isn't he, Anthony?
I would say Di Felicia, the attacking midfielder, is starting to drop into a few gaps as Pierce tries to run in behind. Here's Jay Batchelor winning that ball. He'll look for support from Ben Barlow. Here is Luke Pierce. Cutting inside. Will he look back to Gibson? No, he'll look all the way over.
Lovely ball that.
For Italy, and there is a good challenge on James Winsbury. Cleared away. As Ed Sadiso, they've tried to hit him a few times. He hasn't quite got into the game. Of course, his first Varsity as a fresher. Hasn't quite got into the game, the number 14. I have to say, I think Di Felicia is finding a couple of gaps of defence. He's brought in He's brought in creative players like Marsh, like Parchment. Marsh, I think, we haven't spoken about him quite enough. He's done very well down the left-hand side. And I think they're really targeting Parchment, obviously, but the matchup Parchment versus Ben Barlow is insane. But Marsh getting a lot of play as Coventry drive forward. Marsh out on this left-hand side against Winsbury. Winsbury wins that well. Warwick support building on the other side of the pitch.
He does well there, Winsbury, out very quickly to close down his man.
As Coventry will try and build. Good challenge from Ed Sadiso. He's happy to track back, even though he still hasn't been quite being able to get into the game.
Coventry looking dangerous.
Here's Di Felicia, finding a little bit of space. Good challenge there. Di Felicia tries to get it in, but he can't quite. Anthony again dropping into the space between the two defenders. Ben Barlow versus Parchment. Bit of space for Coventry here at the front post. And it's their throw. Marsh will drift into space. Anthony will come short to give an option. Here's Marsh up against Sadiso. Sadiso does well there. To Marshall him.
Good. It's good from you, Ed.
Oh, that's really poor from me, I'm afraid.
But Warwick, again, are doing well to keep Coventry contained, but it's the left-hand side where Coventry are pushing on forward.
Here's Anthony in the area. So we cleared away by Sadiso. Not brilliantly, but it does the job. And Coventry again will happily build from the back. Still 0-0.
You can see
in the Varsity 2019 game. Warwick first versus Coventry first. Neither have gone a game without scoring this season. Yet, even though towards the end of the first half, it's still 0-0. As Marsh will collect, but he's offside there. Warwick will try and calm the game. You feel that with the home support, being in a higher league, playing a higher intensity, I think they're inviting pressure. They're happy to keep possession. They're inviting pressure from Coventry. If Warwick go in at 0-0, they won't be worried. Hopefully they won't get frustrated as Jay Batchel will go in to try and win this one. Heads it forward. A bit of space for Umeano. Here's James Winsbury down the right-hand side. Winsbury again. Will cut inside, looking for space in the right midfield, and Parchment will win that. Does well, but now Ben Barlow on this left-hand side. Bailey will collect the ball now, under pressure from two players, and Parchment goes in strongly there. And the referee hasn't given a free kick. Warwick fans not particularly happy. Parchment did come in kind of from the back there, as it's fired forward towards Parchment. And Pat Gibson shows him
straight
what
out
Warwick is made
into the crowd again. Pat Gibson looking to keep the Warwick heads well positive. They've been under pressure a lot, but they've done well to move past this period of Coventry pressure. They've grown in the game, but again Coventry coming forward.
Anthony running down this left-hand side. We'd love to see
superb
that.
challenge there from Ben Barlow.
Coming up at half-time, we'll of course hear from the panel. Kate Tarrant and Chiddy, Joel and Luke joining her at half-time. It's still 0-0. In Varsity 2019, Coventry probing Warwick down this left-hand side, but Ben Barlow again, very, very strong. Coventry will collect again though, driving forward. Good play from Pat Gibson. Stopping the ball going. Ishol Mado will look towards Sadiso. Can he win this aerial challenge? Cleared away. Here's Sam Toes. Will head that away very well. Gibson. Winsbury. Good challenge there from Di Felicia. And Warwick will try and build again. Here is Almeida. It's really getting scrappy towards the end of this half. It's Pat Gibson. Winsbury will take this one towards Pierce. Almeida. Into Pierce. And here is Gushima. Trying to build play from the back. Pierce clips that towards Sadiso again. More space for Sadiso. Can he bring it down? He nearly gets past Keelan Shand. Keelan Shand, I think, has really done well with Ed Sadiso. We know Sadiso's quick, offers a lot of threat down that side, trying to create service, scoring goals. Keelan Shand has done very well at keeping him out, especially supported by James Winsbury, who fires this towards Batchelor. Batchelor will bring this down. Sadiso is marshalled well by the Coventry player there. Is it still in? It is still in. Coventry will clear that forward. And we need another throw into Warwick. Warwick, a few minutes left in this half. Hopefully they can keep the pressure on.
It'll be nice to see a spell of Warwick pressure here now, so they look to come forward through Winsbury.
Here's Batchelor. Oh, it falls to Ishol Mado, who we know loves a long-range shot. Unfortunately, That's gone through the American goalposts and well over the bar.
He scored a fantastic goal on Wednesday when we were down here watching how they were getting on against Northamptonshire. A beautiful bit of play, and he was able to chip the keeper, but that time doesn't show the composure that we know he does have from that range. It's a difficult chance falling back to him on the half volley, and he just scuffs his shot and it flies over Pilkington's goal. But it's been a decent start from Warwick. They've definitely grown in this second half. I think that big crowd that is behind them probably putting a bit of pressure, but we've seen them grow, Ed.
Pilkington to clear away under the floodlights. I can see a helicopter flying above Pilkington as he fires this forward, and that will be half-time. 0-0 in this Varsity 2019 match. Warwick, I think, will be quite disappointed. We know that they're probably the stronger team. They're the people. They feel like they should be ahead. But Coventry have had the best play. Really like what I see from Corey Parchment on this right-hand side. Ben Barlow versus Corey Parchment. Very important battle. Coventry have had the better chances, and frankly I think they should be ahead from Afferson, Parchment and Anthony if it wasn't for great defending from Kyereme and fantastic keeping from Ben Cole. Jack, as we go into half-time, before we go over to the panel, what are your thoughts on the game so far?
Well, I think we've seen a Coventry side that we didn't see them to press as high, and I think they shook Warwick in the opening 5 or so minutes, and again it was the big chances fell to Coventry. Some fantastic opportunities. Ben Cole with the chance, and then we saw Ben Cole with a fantastic save. Anthony with the opportunity and the free kick as well. I mean, it has been a lot of Coventry pressure, and I think Warwick have to go in at half-time and really, Ed, look to try and work out why they haven't been able to assert as much dominance as we want to see from them. I think we said earlier maybe the crowd might slightly put them under a lot of pressure, but if I'm perfectly honest, Ed, it's been a very close game, and Coventry have made a good run of themselves.
Absolutely. It's Coventry 0, Warwick 0. Let me set the scene for you. The floodlights on the 4G Cryfield pitch. It's a crisp evening. It was a beautiful summer evening almost earlier in the day, and there's a massive turnout for this showcase event. It's the start of Varsity 2019. 28 years Warwick have dominated this event. And can I just say, it's been a very competitive fix. The Coventry support is excellent, as always. They love their team. And Coventry have done very well through Corey Parchment on this beautiful 4G pitch. It's proven to be very true. Of course, the big parts of that first half is that Ben Cole save. And also Kyereme, who's done so brilliant.
I mean, we're very lucky where we are standing, Ed, that we've been able to see that save from Ben Cole. I mean, what have you made of his performance so far?
Ben Cole, for me, and I think we gain a lot from it, he's an amazing modern keeper. He's so good with the ball at his feet, very calm. We know that the striker Anthony's got so close to him, and yet he always gets the ball away. Domineering, to make a couple of errors, making his judgment on crosses, where the ball's going over his head. I think Coventry need to really try and get in on that. But for me, I think he's done very well. 2 very good saves, especially that early one, 2 hands to the top right, and coming in straight in on Corey Parchment. So, that is half-time. Warwick 0, Coventry 0 in Varsity 2019. We'll head over now to our panel. It's Kate Tarrant, Luke Evans, Chiddy Umeano, and Joel Kyereme.
Lovely. Thank you very much, Ed and Jack. Okay, so Chiddy. Coventry obviously started quite well, so what went wrong? What happened?
Well, Coventry came off to a really fast start, really pressing very high against the Warwick defenders, really putting them under pressure, and you saw them force a lot of errors from the Warwick defenders, especially down the left-hand side. They're really pressing them high and winning a lot of free kicks, and which led to a lot of chances from set pieces. So they really put on a lot of pressure at the start to really put them under pressure.
Yeah. And Joel, were you impressed with Coventry at the start? How were you impressed with them for the rest of the game?
Yeah, I think Coventry started the brighter side out of the 2 teams. I think Warwick were a bit nervous, a bit shaky. They were overhitting passes, a couple poor touches. I think the occasion might have got to them, but Coventry seem to have settled in really well. They're playing the ball around the park. Set pieces, they're looking strong as well. So I think Coventry looked like the team most likely to score in the second half for me.
So why do you think they didn't? What went wrong?
Well, I think if you look at the fullbacks, I think it's Winsbury on the right and Barlow on the left. I think they're pushing up too much, and I've seen a couple of times they've been both pushing up together when Warwick are attacking. I think that's a bit dangerous, leaving too much gaps in behind. And I think if Coventry could get the counter attack in, move it on the left and the right down the wing, I think they could punish us.
And Luke, you said you didn't seem to see a particular formation with Warwick to start off with. What do you think was going on there?
Yeah, I think it was maybe just the perspective we had standing behind the goal. But I wasn't sure if Warwick were deploying a 4-3-3 like they did on Wednesday, or if they were going for more like a 4-4 flat 4-4-2 with someone closer up to Jay Batchelor to try and give him a bit more support up front. Yeah, I mean, maybe it was just due to this bit of disorganisation midfield. I don't feel like Warwick were able to get a foothold in the game at times, particularly in the first 15 minutes, where you had the three midfielders not really interacting with each other, giving away sloppy passes. It's something I'd like to see improved in the second half for sure. And I know they can do it because there's top quality players.
Lovely. And in the first third as well, Chiddy, there was the moment where our keeper seemed to lose control a little bit, and then you had Pat Gibson come along, kind of save from the defence. What did you think of that?
Well, I think that was a few problems that Coventry were causing Warwick from set pieces. And I think there's a little bit of a lack of organisation there within the defence, which caused that a little bit of confusion. And that was the only really shaky moment that Ben Cole had from that free kick, where he kind of sees a fluff at it and didn't really make solid contact at it. But luckily Gibson was there, really heroic defender to stop a certain goal. So really good defender from Gibson that was.
Yeah, I completely agree. It was very good defending. But Joel, you said you weren't particularly impressed with Warwick to start off with.
Yeah, I think they were looking a bit shaky at the back for me. I think if Coventry couple more shots off, I think Coventry could be in front at half time. I think they might be disappointed that they're not in front because they've had a couple chances. They had a free kick, good save from the keeper though, from Cole. They've had a couple openings. I've seen they're getting it out wide really well, but I think this is the finishing product. The finishing off is not there at the moment. But I think if they get warm and get into the game, they'll be able to. But as for Warwick, they haven't really had many shots, haven't really many chances. So I do fear for them in the second half. If they don't get shots off, they're not going to score. And I think Coventry look the better side at the moment.
Were there any moments that did impress you though, whilst you don't think they had these chances?
From Warwick?
From Warwick, yeah.
Well, they got better on as the first half progressed. They got better moving the ball a bit forward up the pitch. I like Luke Pearce. He's playing well. I think he's trying to control the midfield, trying to link passes together. I think he's doing well. Jay's trying to get into the game. He won a couple headers near the end, but I don't know. I think they need to get into it. They need to get into it more. They need to work hard on. I think second half they've got to start getting more shots off, creating more chances. Otherwise, I think it'll be Coventry will come out on top today.
Lovely. Let's talk about the predictions you all made then. Chiddy, you told me there'd be goals. What happened?
Well, I did think there would be goals, but I think from the first 10 minutes where it was very kind of cagey, very competitive, I think it was always going to be a tight game. I think the coaches have really put an emphasis on keeping it tight in the defence, not letting too many balls go through the midfield. So that's made for a really cagey but competitive game. But I think it will still be a one goal. I think there will still be a couple of goals in the second half, but it will be a very tight affair, I reckon.
And Luke, you obviously saw Warwick win last year against Coventry in the men's football.
Yeah.
How does the first half compare this year to last?
It's very similar, very scrappy game. I would say neither team's really being able to get hold of the ball, keep possession for too long. A lot of fouls being happened, a lot of disrupted play, very stop-start at times. You would hope to see in the second half maybe a bit more of a free-flowing attacking game from both sides. When it has happened for Warwick, it's often come down from the left-hand side of the pitch. When they've had a lot of joy down that side, particularly a lot of pace out on that left-hand side for Warwick, a lot of good interplay. There was a nice bit of play out on the left-hand side earlier where Jay Batchelor was able to get a shot off, but unfortunately didn't quite come off for him. So if Warwick can potentially try and target Coventry down their right-hand side that little bit more, I think they should be able to get a bit more of a foothold in the game, play some more attacking football and try and enjoy themselves that a little bit more.
So some good play but not quite good enough. Do you think the Warwick will be happy with this first half?
I would say they'd probably be unhappy with the performance but happy with the result. They would have hoped to have been able to play a little bit more of their game, which involves just spraying balls, keeping possession in midfield.
Do you think they're nervous, Luke?
I think a lot of it is nerve. I think a lot of it does come down to nerves.
Big crowd today.
There's a lot of times where you see Warwick, they start to put together some sort of movement that's just one very sloppy pass that goes out for a throw-in, or just giving away dodgy tackles, that sort of thing, giving away a lot of fouls.
I think they need to keep their touches.
Definitely.
Keep the ball in the deck, get the touches right, because I think they're putting it out in the air too much and it's going. We've lost a lot of balls in the first half, so I think they need to keep it down and just make sure that they get the touch right and pass it off, and they'll get into the game. I think they'll get warm.
They seem not to be able to finish in particular as well in the final third. Do you think they'll be disappointed about that?
I think they haven't got the shooting boots on today. I think they'll be disappointed about that, but there's still time. There's still 45 minutes second half. I don't know if they should change it up in the moment, but the formation seems to be okay, but I think they need more support through the middle because it's going out wide. It's all right, but I think they need to get more shots off. I think that would be the first task in the first 10 minutes of second half to get some shots off. See what they can do.
So you'd recommend perhaps a change in formation for the next half?
If it keeps persisting like this, then I'd say go a bit more narrow. Try and get maybe two strikers, maybe someone to help out Jay up front. Big man, little man. You never know what that could do for you.
What about Coventry in particular for this final third? What did you make of that, Luke?
I think they've had a lot of opportunities, but the finishing just doesn't quite seem to be there for them. Some of the set-piece deliveries have been absolutely fantastic. A lot of it has actually come down to some very good defending on the part of Warwick. Namely, we had the fantastic Pat Gibson challenge early on, and we had a few fantastic saves from goalkeeper Ben Cole. So, it's just looking at Coventry, it's just a matter of being a bit more clinical. They're creating some opportunities, they're just not quite putting them away, and I would expect Warwick to maybe capitalise on this because they've got some quality attacking talent of their own.
Lovely, thank you very much, Luke. And we're going to go over to Chiddy now, who's going to give us a quick replay.
Towards the back post, will Ben Cole come out? He won't. Headed over the area, it is! Oh, it's a brilliant save from Ben Cole! We love to see it!
Good chance for Coventry, but they just put it just over.
What do you think that Coventry kept up that pressure during the final third, Joel?
The second, first half they've done well with their shots. I think early on they had a couple of opportunities. It kind of died down later on as the half went on, and Warwick got more into it. But the chances that they've been creating, they'll take hope into the second half. I think they got a couple shots off, and the free kick chance is the main one for me. I think they'll be thinking that they've tested the keeper, they've seen what the keeper's about. I think they need to put the shots, corner the shots a bit more. Some of them are coming straight at the keeper. So I think the shots that they've been getting off, they'll be encouraged by it. But at the same time, the keeper's been strong. Ben Cole's been strong today.
Yeah. And Luke, any star players? Let's start with Warwick.
Yeah, I would have to say Ben Cole in goal. Not only just with his actual goalkeeping ability, but he's got really good ball playing ability for a goalkeeper. Kind of like an Edison Moraes, kind of that sort of calibre of just a lot of times where he's picked up the ball in high pressure situations near the goal. He's been the last man being pressured by a Coventry striker, and he's just been able to play an inch perfect pass out to one of his defenders. And you'd have to bring in the centre backs as well, where they look very good on the ball. They're very much allowing that. They're what's starting Warwick's kind of ball playing tactic. If they haven't quite been able to transition that into midfield yet, the defence and the goalkeeper for me are providing that solid basis on which Warwick can start playing more attacking, free-flowing, possession-based football.
Joel, what about you? Any Warwick players that you think have been particularly impressive?
Yeah, I'd go along with Ben Cole. I think he's shown his reflexes. He's been good. I think Sam Toast at the back has been okay. I think he won a couple headers from set pieces, so he's been strong. They need to help the fullbacks a bit more. I think Barlow's been okay, but he's kind of lost the ball a bit, touched a bit here and there. I think they need to help him out. But I think just get the ball to the midfielders, the playmakers, the creators like Pearce, like I said, and Gibson. Get the ball to them, see what they can do. They can make a magic.
A couple of instances where Pearce has been able to get further up the pitch. Yeah. I think in those instances where he's picking it up on sort of the edge of the area, in between the defensive lines that Coventry are deploying, he's able to just use that little bit of magic and spark and create something. If he can keep getting those positions, Warwick should find a lot of joy in the second half.
100%.
And how about Coventry? Any star players on Coventry's side?
Oh, the number 7 that I'm looking at here, he's been strong. He's been nice, tricky dribbling. He got a couple shots off as well. I think he's the one to watch out for, the number 7 for Coventry. I'm not sure his name at the moment, but I'm sure the commentators will tell me after.
He's won a few fouls as well, and particularly in dangerous positions that have given Coventry looking very dangerous from set pieces.
Very
just haven't quite had the
dribbler.
finishing ability, but he's getting in those positions where he is enabling these dangerous fouls to be made by Warwick. And if he keeps making those in the second half, then maybe one of them will pay off.
Lovely. And Chiddy, we'd love your opinion too. We were just saying about Ben Cole being one of the star players for Warwick. Do you agree? Anyone else?
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think him and Gibson have been really good. Ben Cole's been making some brilliant saves, been very commanding of his area, and also Gibson's been there, tidying up in the just behind the midfield, putting in a few good challenges and being a really dominant force in the midfield.
What kind of advice would you give Warwick for the second half, perhaps?
I think they need to keep it a bit more simple because I think they're going for the Hollywood pass a bit too often. So I think keep the ball on the ground, keep it simple, play the little triangles around the midfield, and they will create a few more chances, I reckon.
Do you agree, Luke?
Yeah, I would say so. We see Warwick at their best, or when I saw them at their best on Wednesday, is when they were playing their possession-based football. Just sort of been able to dominate the game, not really let the team have too many opportunities with the ball. If they can sort of settle down in that midfield area, because they've got good players, it just hasn't happened for them quite yet, then they should be in a good position. I think they should be able to go on and claim the win.
Having seen Warwick as a team, though, what do you make of them? Do you think that there's going to be a loss of morale, perhaps, having not scored anything this first half?
I wouldn't say so. I would say they know that they can perform better, and I think the fact that they've had a slightly dodgy first half but still been able to grind out and not concede and go into the half time at 0-0 will give them a bit of confidence, know that they can go into the second half and approach it very much. If they score, they will have a very good chance of winning the game. So I would say that their morale will still be quite high up, I would expect.
Chiddy, I expect you're going to make some changes on the prediction of 4-3. What is it now? Give me some solid numbers.
Few goals. I reckon I'm going to go 2-1 to Warwick, I think. A late winner for Warwick to win the game.
Yep. And Luke? Give me numbers.
I'll go with a 1-0 to Warwick. I would expect them to go and get a goal, and they've defended well so far. But good form from the goalkeeper. Warwick should go and win this game.
Lovely. Any see in the second half?
I would like to see a change of formation from Warwick. I would like to see them maybe go for more of a tiered system. Maybe go for like a 4-2-3-1 or something like that.
Lovely. Thank you very much. And we're going to start our second half then. So over to our commentators, Jack and Ed again.
Yes, indeed. Welcome back to Warwick vs Coventry Varsity 2019. Coventry now kicking away from the pavilion end. And Ben Barlow has been moved away from the Coventry supporters, which may or may not be a blessing as the ball is crossed in over Ben Cole. And that's a great header away by James Winsbury early on. Ed Sadiso will try and keep that, and he does so. Winsbury now. So Coventry putting the pressure on early. We know they did that in the first half. It's Winsbury. I think whoever scores first in this game,
100%.
I really think they win it. Because it's so tight. You see that little bit of quality. As here comes Butler trying to win the ball. I think he's won a throw in there. He has indeed. Coventry not particularly happy about that. Sadiso now next to his own fans. Hopefully that really spurs him on.
Yeah, 100%, Eddie. He's definitely a player I want to see more of in the second half. Warwick just unable to get the ball to him too much as it's flicked on there by Jay Batchelor. No changes for either side at half-time, so they line up exactly the same for the second half, Ed.
Indeed. I think what we saw a lot of was one-on-one battles being slightly won by Coventry.
Exactly. Anthony
and Parchment causing lots of issues. Parchment down that right-hand side, very good player. As this Umeano drops in, clears it forward.
Very good.
Lively atmosphere now. I have, as Coventry will play that back into defence and look to clear. Batchelor coming in onto the left foot of the keeper, Winsbury. He'll clear that away. That's Pilkington in goal for Coventry today. It's cleared forward. I have seen someone carrying a drum. I say drum, I mean bin, which I think is, it's very DIY, isn't it?
100%.
Very, very big fan of that. We're even closer now to James Pilkington, who is one of very, very few ginger goalkeepers. I think Adam Bogdan is my favourite. If anyone else can name a ginger goalkeeper, I'd love to hear it. Bogdan, Pilkington, the big two, as they're called in ginger communities.
Ed.
As ball's cleared towards Batchelor, Sadiso will try and get in behind. This midfield battle's really heating up as Pat Gibson will try and get the better of the Coventry player. That's played out wide. Here's Parchment. Parchment, couple of step overs. He's very skillful, isn't he? Beats one onto his left foot. Finds De Felice towards the back post. The player's offside, and Winsbury will let that roll onto his right foot to look to clear. De Felice, I think when he gets in those positions to cross,
100%.
I think he's the man to hit those balls behind toes to try and cause some problems. As Warwick will try and play again. Here's a combative left back trying to find Bailey. Doesn't quite. We know how combative Ben Barlow is. Away from the fans, which might calm him down a little bit. But I'm really interested to see more of the fresher Ed Sadiso. We haven't seen a great deal of him so far, which has been a shame. But he's marked out the game, I think, by Keelan Shand, the right back, who's done particularly well, I think. As Coventry win a free kick under the floodlights in Varsity 2019. At half-time, Balraj Dhingra, the sports officer, came over to talk to me. He feels that it's been a very tight game. He likes what he's seen. I think with Varsity, what always Warwick tend to get a little bit of advantage. It's great to see such great spectacle.
Yeah.
No goals just yet. May I just remind you, neither of these teams have gone a Bucks game this season without scoring. Welcome to Varsity 2019, everybody.
And I think the case has been that is both sides have cancelled each other out. They've looked very strong going forward, and to be honest, both defences have kept out the attackers very well. We looked at that partnership, Gushima and Sam Toes at the back for Warwick. As Warwick with a chance now, Ben Barlow pushing forward.
Here's Bailey under control of that, and is he going to keep it in? I don't think he will. It's crossed into the back post, and it's going to be cleared away by Keelan Shand very well. Keelan Shand has done very well there at left back. As Warwick build again.
Good.
Out wide, space for the ball to be put into the area. The keeper comes up. Pilkington does well there, under pressure from Jay Batchelor.
Again, it's a superb delivery there from Ben Barlow, looking to overlap Alex Bailey, who's starting in front of him, and he gets down that left-hand side, Ed, and he's able to again find a decent delivery. But again, Pilkington looks very secure in the goal as he walks forward now with the ball and launches it into the Coventry half.
Winsbury does well. James Pilkington, business and marketing third year, described his what we'll see from him on the pitch as saving shots and breaking hearts. With those ginger locks, my heart is in pieces. My heart is in pieces. Cleared forward. So that's Salido in the middle there. Try and find some space. As Warwick try and break forward. There's Pat Gibson into the Barcelona ball midfielder forward. Coventry come away with it. Winsbury look to clear this away. Coventry do stop it going any further. And here come Coventry. Good challenge there from Sam Toes. And here come Warwick. The ball's be fired over towards Bailey. Bailey now. If he can bring it down, there's loads of space.
Here.
Bailey, will he bring it onto his right foot? He does. There's a shot there, potentially. It comes into. Cleared away, but nearly fell for the fresher there. Nearly very much fell for the fresher. And that was such a good chance for Warwick. Alex Bailey finding space and nearly, so nearly, found the very dangerous Ed Sediso.
I mean, that's where the joy is coming from, down that left-hand side, Ed. And it's a wonderful bit of play, there, from Alex Bailey. Great feet when he gets the ball, and he's looking to drive at that Coventry defence, and he's unlucky that unfortunately his cross doesn't fall to his teammate.
Here we go, the ball comes through again. It's going to be played back in Makov. I feel that Alex Bailey could have gone this first touch. I think he just took a little too long to wait for support. I think he'd have been doing very well to just draw it onto his dangerous right foot. As there's a free kick for Warwick for a handball. Warwick shooting towards us now.
I think one player to pick out for Coventry today is the skipper, Charlie Ward, at the back, number 14. He's looked very good. He's put in a proper captain's performance, marshalled that back four, and Warwick unable to break through. And I think he's part of that resilience that Coventry have shown in the first half and the start of this second half.
Ball played over towards Bailey. Bailey will go up for this. It's going to fly past the post of the keeper, James Pilkington. I think they're starting to see this. We've seen a lot of balls played over the top by the Warwick midfield, especially Ish Almeida and Luke Pearce.
Exactly.
Luke Pearce, the third-year information systems management student and One's captain, trying to find Bailey. When Bailey gets the ball, brings Batchelor right into the game, doesn't it, Jack?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, we've talked about the threat that Jay Batchelor does pose for Warwick going forward, but Warwick, again, not able to utilise him as much as they would wanted to in the first half. Let's see if in this second game they could grow a bit more in confidence and get the ball into Batchelor's feet, because that's where he's dangerous, when he can hold the ball up and bring the rest of that attacking trio, or four kind of, if you include the two attacking midfielders, into the game.
Ish Almeida nearly finds Barlow. Warwick in their clean white and black shorts, and Coventry in their various shades of blue that cascade down their shirts. As it falls to Parchment with a little bit of space. For Coventry here. Strikes straight at Ben Cole from the very dangerous. That's not Corey Parchment, I think. It might be Corey Parchment, we don't know. As Sediso will find some space on this right hand side, beats one, but we're cleared away from Coventry. Cleared away. James Pilkington quite easily. He looks very composed, much like Ben Cole in the Warwick goal, as the ball's cleared away now by Kyereme.
So again, it's Marsh getting down that left-hand side for Coventry. He's not quite able to find Anthony up top, but it'll be interesting to see which side does choose to make a change. Fantastic challenge. I mean, it's very even, Ed. Very, very even between both sides, as it's still 0-0, some fairway into the second half. I mean, it's been a case of both sides kind of battling it out and kind of not really being able to break each other down.
Absolutely. As Coventry will try and move forward. Down that right-hand side where we've seen Corey Parchment really get on the ball. Warwick will win this. Ish Almeida moving forward. Jay Batchelor dropping in to which is Ed Sediso out wide. You start to get on the ball more, which I like. As Batchelor will try and win this. Here's Almeida. Plays a very ambitious long ball over towards Ed Sediso. He doesn't quite get there first, but here comes James Winsbury on the right-hand side. Beats a couple. There's some space here for the Barcelona or midfielder. Here's Almeida. And he doesn't quite get it through to James Winsbury.
It's just
a little bit loose there.
A little bit loose there from Ish, but we need to see him more on the ball because he's the creative force for Warwick in the middle of that midfield.
Here's Bailey into the man, the myth, the legend, Pat Gibson, who wins it off a poor pass there. Gushimare, but the ball forward to Coventry as they move forward down this left-hand side up against Pat Gibson, who's a very good challenge in. Pat Gibson really marshalling the defence. As I said earlier, reminds me of a young Dean Whitehead.
I'd say more Declan Rice, Ed.
Well, he's exactly the same age as Declan Rice. So
he is. Young.
Not really young, but anyway, Bailey. There's some space here for Barlow and Batchelor. Batchelor moving down this left-hand side. He loves running channels. He'll clip back in. He'll try and clip it back.
Really good work there from Ward, the Coventry skipper, able to get across and nullify that threat that Batchelor has done. I think we're both to pick up when we watched this Warwick side midweek. Jay Batchelor was their main man going forward, and he's been nullified by a very good performance from Ward at the back.
Now I just noticed something. I think they've made a change here, Coventry. O'Malley has gone off the field. We saw him injured in the first half. I don't think he's come out for the second half. A new centre-back on the field. Will that cause some problems for Coventry? Unsettle them a little bit? They conceded 5 goals 2 days ago to Worcester first. And what do Worcester have that Warwick don't? As this De Felice over this for Coventry. On the right side of the pitch. 2 in the wall. Well, again, Coventry send a lot of players towards the back post, and then try and get Anthony running in towards the middle. As De Felice will put this towards Ben Cole. He doesn't come for this. We're straight across the goal. And you feel Coventry's attacked that slightly more. There's a chance there. But again, Coventry really causing some issues.
Coventry are causing a lot of issues, and I'll be surprised if Warwick don't join their opponents in making a change, because it's Coventry who have the threat going forward in the second half. But it's a chance now for Warwick.
To his right-hand side. Bailey will look for some space. Here's Ed Sediso. Can he finally get a chance? Onto his left foot. He prefers his right. Finds some space. It's blocked away from Ish Almeida. That's a high challenge. And Alex Bailey can see the free kick there. Under the spotlights, under the floodlights, and on Raw Visuals broadcast of Warwick versus Coventry in the men's football.
We start to hear the echo, Ed, around the stadium. Sorry there, you've just given me an incredible glare.
That was incredible glare. I have been told that there will be a Mexican wave attempt to start. I'm not sure if both sides will fall as it ball dips under the spotlights, and Ish Almeida cleared away towards Jay Batchelor. Holds it up well. Almeida again really driving forward. Ball played over Alex Bailey. Here's Bailey again. Can he cause some issues? Onto his left. Will he cut inside on his right like he has done so much this first half? Bailey onto his right foot. As Pearce has cut away. You feel that Warriors have to take that chance.
I think that's the case.
It's
getting to the point now, Ed, where one goal, the first goal, is really going to, well, as you said earlier, one goal could do it now. And I think it's a case of, if you get an opportunity to have a go, let's try and work that goalkeeper.
Was that a back heel from Ben Barlow?
I think it was. It was naughty there from Ben Barlow.
And the ball has nearly hit our cameraman, Carl Headingway.
Carl Headingway there with a little smile towards us.
He's controlled that on the chest and volleyed it right back to the player.
I tell you what, we're talking about subs. Maybe we should bring that man on up top.
This is cleared forward. Here is Alex Bailey again. He's got so much more space this half. And brought down the pressure, and he wins a free kick for Warwick.
It's been very, very even again, Ed, and now it's a case of who can create that chance, work the goalkeeper, and take the lead in such a crucial game.
Throwing, in fact. He went down, but won that. Here's Almeida. In comes Barlow. Barlow tries to win another one. He'll fall to Coventry. He'll try and clear it away. Here's Winsbury, who wins the ball. Well played. Winsbury passing one, past another, and that's a free kick. And I think Winsbury kind of wants an advantage there. But there's going to be a card. I think that's the new centre-back as well.
No, that's the skipper, Ed.
The
skipper, Charlie Ward there, goes into the book.
And here we go. Coventry. First yellow card of quite a feisty Varsity match.
Yeah.
And he did bring Winsbury down. He was driving forward and Bailey was getting in behind. I feel there was a chance there. Piercy over this one again.
I mean,
Alex Bailey's finding space. I want to ask you about this, Jack. Sediso and Bailey didn't get into the first half really very quickly before this free kick. Bailey on his right foot. Should he strike earlier?
I think he should there. And as soon as you get a chance now, as it's a free kick, I'll come back to you, Ed.
Here's Pearce. Drops that to the back post. Nearly gets his head on it. And that is so close to an opener from Thomas Gushimar.
You can see the frustration there as Sadiso kicks the post. He knows that was a big opportunity there. It's Alex Pearce with the delivery towards the back post, and it's Gushimar trying to get in Santos as well, sneaking around the back post, and neither of them are able to get a touch on Jones. I think it's club captain James Winsbury down on the halfway line, Ed.
And here comes St John's ambulance for their first appearance of the night. And dressed in their customary green and black attire.
It's a wonderful outfit.
They're coming on to James Winsbury, who did take quite a strong challenge for the Coventry skipper. I think it was a fair enough assessment. Yeah, on comes St John's ambulance I can't really tell. Is he part of the John ambulance? I think he might be the Warwick physio. A little break in the game now. The crowd's going to relax. Early exchange in the second half, Jack. Warwick probably the better side.
Yeah, 100%, Ed. I think it's been, this half we've seen Warwick look to command kind of a little bit more authority with their play. And I think the key, Ed, has been that midfield trio. I think we've started to see Luke, Pearce and Umeano start to get on the ball a little bit more, start to find the wingers. And we know how dangerous Bailey and Sadiso are when they start to run at those fullbacks. One man that I do want to see a little bit more from in this second half is, of course, Jay Batchelor. I think he was a very, very fantastic player when we saw him. We both picked him out when we came down and watched on Wednesday. We haven't seen him able to get into the game kind of thus far, and I'd like to see Warwick look for him a little bit earlier, even if that means going long. It might just be that they have to go long to get Jay Batchelor into the game and then kind of work off him, use him as that target man, and then kind of bounce players off him as the echoes of the Warwick Uni faithful echo around the ground, Ed.
In comes James Winsbury. He's getting up to his feet. He'll have to come off for a quick break. Jack, I don't want to twist fate early, but 0-0. Not such really having that cutting edge. How do you think Warwick's penalties are?
Well, I don't know. If it goes to penalties, we're in big trouble. That's all I'm going to say.
Very good. I love a penalty shootout.
I love a penalty shootout.
Also, the keeper for Coventry, James Pilkington, doing his keepy uppies.
Yeah.
He has an Instagram account if you're really interested. It's at the left-footed GK. He's trying to gain some followers by the information he gave us. via those keepy uppies, maybe those ginger locks. Under those ginger locks, there's a footballing brain we need to unlock. He'll fire this forward, not short. He'll go long. Under the floodlights, the ball will just slightly ease over one of the floodlights, the second floodlight, and drop under, as Gushimar will clear away. Competition there. Umeano will come in, as will Pearce. Space for Umeano now. He'll cut back inside under pressure from Parchment. Then back into Ben Cole, who hasn't seen a great deal of the ball this half, which is probably a good thing for Warwick is concerned. They've been up the pitch. Coventry and the De Felice will try and find some space behind Barlow, but here's Barlow down the left hand side. It's a poor ball. He's looking for Piercy trying to get in behind, but Pilkington will show off his skills. Another couple of key.
I mean, interesting. You said earlier.
Give that man a follow.
You said, of course, earlier if this game does go to penalty. In our pre-match notes, this man sent in one note to us, and it was, "I save penalties, I stop penalties." That's what he said to us earlier. So it'll be interesting to see whether he can command that authority in the penalty shootout. As I believe another player is down for Coventry. It is the number 8 there down. A little kind of hamstring problem. Looks like he's feeling the hamstring there. I'm not sure whether he will be able to continue, Ed.
Yep, lots of fans steaming in. It's a good atmosphere as well. Warwick fans have infiltrated behind the Warwick subbench who are warming up. And here we go. James Pilkington will finally start the business and marketing third year. I wonder if he saved Robbie Fowler's penalty when he played with him in quotation marks at the Liverpool Academy. As he clears this forward again, it just eases over the floodlights and dips in.
To be fair, though, he hasn't had much work to do, but what he's done about it in a very, very good way, Pilkington, as Coventry come forward now from his kick.
Here's Parchment. Ben Barlow's done very well there, hasn't he?
He's got his head in his hands.
Pat Gibson has his head in his hand. That doesn't happen very often. I don't know what Gibbo's done. But that's a free kick to Coventry.
Free kick to Coventry over in the far side of where you are watching from. Number 8 over this for Coventry. Dead ball situation again. Ed, we spoke about how dangerous they were in the first half.
It's a corner.
It's
just gone out. I think
it's just gone out for a corner. We are very far away.
We swung in left footer towards the back post over Ben Cole. Arrives the Coventry player and he puts it over the bar. And what an opportunity that is for Coventry.
What a
the player's
chance, Ed.
gone down as well. But I mean, he's snuck in at the back post. He goes all the way over Ben Cole. I feel if you go over Ben Cole, that's for me the way it corners, and then that's a very, very good opportunity for Coventry. And Warwick start quickly. They want to get on with this game.
Yeah, it's very tight, Ed, very tight.
And it's lost by Warwick. Coventry in behind here. Here comes Ben Cole. Does very, very well. And here comes Solido now with a little bit of pressure. He brings it under control. And here's some space out wide. Alex Bailey's got a little bit of space behind if Olmedo finds him. Olmedo over the I think he's got too much on that. No, he hasn't. Cleared away on Shan. In comes Ed Sadiso. Can he bring it down? He does so on his chest. Flicks in towards Bachelor. The keeper's going to get this. James
Really
Pilkington.
good work there from Ward there. This skipper, as we approach roughly around the 65th minute mark, 60 minutes gone, about 25 to go here. And I think you were right at half time. You said one goal could win this very, very close match.
Clear away by Coventry head, but DeFelice will come in for this. Here's some space for Parchment. DeFelice, beautiful touch onto his left foot, strikes but wide, always going wide.
Always
very
going
nice
wide.
touch.
I think he's a man who's impressed me today. When he's got the ball at his feet, he's looked to find a play, and he's got very quick feet there. We saw him cut back on his left foot, try and get that strike away, and unfortunately, again, he's just kind of rushed it, snatched away at that, and puts it past Ben Cole's goal.
Ben Cole in
Ben
goal.
Cole's goal.
Thank you very much for Jack.
difficult
Bachelor
phrase to read.
tries to win that one, and it's going to fall to Coventry again. They'll try and get balls in behind. Gushimea does very well. Gushimea very calm today, as Gushimea will drive forward. Clip forward towards Bachelor, but DeFelice is really getting into the game now. Here's Sam Toes. We haven't seen much of him this half, and here's Olmedo. Looking out wide for Ed Sadiso. And Ed Sadiso brings it down under pressure, can't get past the left back there. Really causing some issues for Ed Sadiso. He has not got in the game at all. You worry if he doesn't quite get a touch, create a chance, he might be the first player to be sacrificed. Did not start in midweek. Again, the game against Northampton, they won 2-0 very easily. Coventry won 5-4 in midweek, yet it's still 0-0. I see some space for Pearce. A little bit of space on his left foot if he could strike, but he'll play around to Ed Sadiso. What's he got? Drifting onto his left foot. Here's the right back, Winsbury. Some option for him. Back is Gushimea. Feel that I think Warriors need to have a go.
Yeah.
Trouble the keeper. We haven't seen anything much of James Pilkington other than his startling ginger locks. And Coventry win that. I feel that the Warriors need to be more direct. They need to put Coventry under pressure. The thing is, Coventry concede goals. We know this.
Yeah.
There's a very good reason. I know he's got an Instagram account, but if you're that good in goal, you're not conceding.
I think it's a case of both sides being very good offensively, and sometimes when you do push numbers forward in games, you can get caught on the bench, as there's a sub for Coventry.
Yeah, Coventry make a second change. Off comes number 11, on comes number 17, and he'll come to Pilkington. Left-footed goalkeeper. You can look at his bio. It's left-footed GK.
You're really doing him a good job tonight, plugging that account.
Look, I'm not saying I'm being paid for this, but me and James had a word.
It's been an interesting game start to the second half as we approach kind of the 70th minute mark now, and I'm just looking for someone to take this game by the scruff of the neck. Can they create a chance now?
Here's DeFelice. Good challenge, but it's going to fall to Parchment on his left foot, strikes and it's wide. You worry when Parchment gets onto his left foot. I really do worry about it. He found some space there. That's the first time in this half I think he's really got on the ball. It's just fallen to him, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, he's a man that we picked out a lot in the first half, and that threat has been certainly nullified by by Warwick in the second half. But what am I on about, Ed? I'm talking rubbish. They're Parchment, for Coventry. Jumping forward, the number 7 there, very fast, works the ball into his left foot. And again, what we've seen a lot in this second half, Ed, is players snatching at opportunities. And what we need to see now in this final 15 is a little bit of quality. Can we see someone go and get that goal and win this varsity contest?
Of course. I've been practicing my penalties just in case it comes to it. If Warwick are listening, I'm right-footed. I put it in top bins every time. It's a Warwick free kick. Piercy will drop back to take this one.
But again, that's what we were talking about. We said earlier, can they get that ball into Jay Bachelor? Can he look to hold the ball up and bring other players in there? And he wins the free kick. And we know that Luke Pierce is a very good right foot on him, as Toes and Gushimea come up from the back end.
Indeed, Pearce over this, under the floodlights, 0-0 between Warwick and Coventry, towards the back post. Batchelor's going to get his head to it. As he does so, it's going to fall to Coventry head, who go clear away. On the rush from Olmedo. There is Gushime, does very well, good challenge. Now here's a bit of space for, is that Santos? I think it might be, as Parchment drives away now, down this right-hand side. Good ball, Toes will block that away. Falls to Anthony. Toes now. That's right, not a good clearance at all. But Warwick will build again from the back. They've done this very well tonight. They always look in control, especially Pearce. Salido again. He's really been taken out of the game, I think, by the Coventry left back. Toes will drift over, and Ben Cole will have a little bit of time to clear this away under pressure from Anthony towards Sidoso. First Varsity, of course, first year. Got to be difficult stepping up to this level, especially in the biggest fixture of the year. Warwick have won the last two. Coventry won the two before that 3-0. Always a high-scoring affair. Both teams have never got knocked on a game without scoring all season.
And we're
if
yet
they
to see
do
a
it
goal.
now, I'm going to be very frustrated. It's been a good game of football. Just that cutting edge that I think we're lacking. Someone needs to take this game by the scruff of the neck.
That's a wonderful football cliche there, Ed, but it's 100% correct.
What do you mean cliche?
I mean, we're gonna see who can create something in this final 20 minutes. Now, I think for both sides, there's a couple of players that are going to do it. I think for Coventry, it's going to be Parchment, and I think for Warwick going forward, it's going to be Ishimido's got to get more involved and look to find Jay Batchelor. I think he's got a goal in him today.
Indeed. As Coventry will have a throw in. On this right hand side, under the floodlights, it's still 0-0 as Coventry photographer comes behind us. She hasn't taken a shot of us. I think it's quite rude. Bit harsh, as Coventry will take this throw in on the right hand side. Still 0-0 in this Varsity clash. Coventry looking to go ahead, but cleared well away, and Batchelor slips slightly on this pristine 4G pitch. Coventry in behind Barlow, but again, I think Coventry haven't quite, in the first half, had a lot of chances, and they just haven't taken them. So
Ed, the man on for Warwick is Charlie Hynam, who's come on there. So it'll be interesting to see how he does for Coventry. Sorry.
Yeah, Charlie Hynam of Coventry, of course. I've got a little bit of info about Charlie Hynam. He's a fourth-year sports management student.
Chance here, Ed.
As Warwick get in behind here, keeping the first-time cross, but Cole's the right foot, deflected as to be cleared away by Coventry. But there's space down that left-hand side. There's so much space for Warwick, and De Felice will try and build pressure. And here come Coventry on this left-hand side. Good challenge there from Winsbury. And Coventry on the left-hand side, next to their very passionate fans. Warwick fans behind their own team goal. Fans backed up behind us as Coventry lead the ball. The fans have got a little bit quiet. I think there's a lot of nerves here, because really it's that one moment of quality could decide the game. As it comes to Coventry, Ben Cole, an excellent save from long distance. Parchment will try and keep it in. Parchment now, he got onto his left foot, tries to put the ball away. I think he's going to go for a corner. No, it's going to be kept away. But that's Lucas Bartol-Bibb, who has come onto the pitch. Number 4, he's playing on the left wing. He's going for Alex Bailey, I think. Bartol-Bibb, we know a lot about him. He sounds like a Newport County right back, but he's a utility player. Lots of ability across the pitch. This will be a corner kick to Coventry University for the left foot. Going to drift this in towards the back post. You imagine Parchment towards the front post. Clipped in towards the back post. Over Ben Cole again, and it's just missed at the back post. And you feel that Coventry are missing those opportunities. Never quite getting on the end of them, Jack.
It's interesting to see that they've brought on Bartol-Bibb to maybe look. They've had a lot of promise down that left flank, but he's obviously, like you said, a utility player, and what we often associate with players like that is a good attitude. And I think in this kind of stage of the game, Ed, I think you need someone like that to come on, make sure the team keep their heads and look to push on and try and get that goal that will most likely win this Varsity contest.
Lucas Bartol-Bibb always practices free kicks in training, apparently. It's a strong challenge coming from Piers. I really think that's a free kick. I really think that's a free kick. And reporter Kylan Stillwood, right next to us, screams in agony.
Yeah, I'm not sure there. You can see Luke Pearce, he's got his hands up in the air there, the number 8. He's not sure, but ultimately we still play to the whistle, and Coventry have a corner here as he makes his way back.
Great cliche.
Thank
Lovely
you.
cliche.
I was going to see how many
I
cliches
know
I can get in
Kylan
now.
looks very flustered in his, even though he looks very calm in that brown
It's a chance
jacket.
here though, a big chance for Coventry
big
now.
chance.
We know how
again,
dangerous
all the
they
players at the back post. The ball's coming in again over Ben Cole. It's coming to the middle. It's just stopped by Ben Cole. He's got to it. Ball headed back across, and eventually it ends up in Ben Cole's hands.
I mean,
it's almost like magnetic how it comes to his hands. Space down the left-hand side again. If he decides to go quickly, he's going to go quickly. He's going to go high into the sky, over towards Lucas Bartleby on the left-hand side. Here's Kyereme playing into Pearce. Batchelor looking to run in behind. Batchelor likes to compare himself a bit to Wayne Rooney. Small, to be strong, powerful, goal scorer. Warwick need a goal scorer right now to win this game, otherwise it's staying 0-0. And we'll have to get our penalties.
You can see there Luke Pearce looking to get the ball and look to drive with it here now, but Warwick looking a little bit switched off as Coventry look to counter.
Winsbury there, stopping a wasted opportunity for Coventry. Here we are, Ish Almeida.
He's a player we haven't seen enough of Ed today.
Kyereme, I mean, Coventry have done very well. I think De Felice has almost kept him at the game, even though he's not the strongest. De Felice has kind of kept him drifting back. They're forcing Ish Almeida to drift back in and try and play it back to Kyereme. And I think that is a weakness. It's a real weakness. As Coventry will drive forward again. Parchment, we've seen a lot of him today. Out on this right. Goes past Ben Ball. That's surely a free kick, and it definitely is. And what an opportunity this is. Potentially, De Felice runs straight over to it. I think he likes the look of this one.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen that he's got a good strike in him, and this is the type of moment. Can you be that hero? Can you look to find that cross, pick someone out, or maybe even from this angle, potentially have a go at Ben Cole in goal?
De Felice stands over this one. And force go. There's a left footer and a right footer over this. 3 in the wall, all at the back post. De Felice is going to step away from this. Ben Cole, wick of the back foot. Put in towards the back post. Over Ben Cole. I think it's going to go over. No, it's a great stop from Ben Cole.
Fantastic save there.
Ben Cole down to his right at his near post. You can't get beaten at the near post. That's a keeper. Coventry again at the back post are getting behind Warwick, and Warwick just aren't dealing with those crosses. They need to be stronger.
No,
they need to get it away.
It's a very good spell of pressure here from Coventry, and another corner, Ed.
Towards the back post, over Cole again. They know how to get at this Warwick team. Ben Cole made a lot of saves. I'm not unsure if he has an Instagram account, but I would recommend you follow it if he does, because he's done very well today. Lots of good saves. I'll make that 3 excellent saves. And without him, Coventry will surely be ahead. As Coventry on their right-hand side, put it into the area. Overhead kick, a brilliant save! Unbelievable save!
Unbelievable.
From Ben Cole! I think that's the striker, Anthony. He's flown into the air. The eagle soars into the night sky under the lights. On his left foot, overhead kick. Ben Cole dives brilliantly, and Ben Cole's switching direction as well. He's firing across his goal. He gets 2 strong hands out to it. And I think this game's spicing up as the corner's going to be put in. Ben Cole will come to this and punches this away. Can Warwick get this away? They can indeed. It's cleared forward. Coventry asks for a penalty as a player's down in the box. He looks rather frustrated. And the ball's going to be cleared all the way to Ben Cole. Is the game going to be ended?
What a save.
Is the game going to be stopped? Yeah, I think Ben Cole's going to put this out. He's soared into the sky there, Anthony.
Save. I mean, it was a superb save there from Ben Cole. He's just done so well. I'm not sure how he keeps out. It is a fantastic bit of skill from Anthony up top. And you sort of see him after that moment where he made that save and he heard that big cheer. He couldn't believe it himself as Warwick go into a huddle here. A few players coming onto the pitch, a little regroup now. What do you think they'll be saying in that, Ed?
You know, I think they'll be worried about Coventry. We talked about Jay Batchelor being compared to Wayne Rooney. Well, that moment, ball flying over Anthony.
Yeah.
He needs to make the effort. Reminds me very much of that famous goal of Wayne Rooney's against Manchester City. Well, Warwick in this huddle, they're going to need some serious things. Words need to be had. Ben Cole is having words with his defenders. They know that they've got the quality. They're just not getting the ball in behind. They're not troubling the Coventry goalkeeper, James Pilkington. He could pretty much be checking his Instagram at this point, uploading some videos of his goal kicks. That's all he's doing.
I think if you look at it, in that huddle, the first thing everyone did was go over and congratulate Ben Cole, who, if we're perfectly honest, has kept this game at 0-0. He's been absolutely superb. As we wander over towards Coventry City now, and back to Warwick.
Coventry City. Coventry City, of course, a professional
well, Ed, they
team.
played like a professional side today. They've been absolutely superb, Coventry Uni. But if we look, a few tired legs there, looking to work nice and hard. The man who's just come on, worrying that he's stretching, potentially looking to work hard, as we see the man down there as well. I mean, there's a few tired legs.
That's Steve Felice. That's Steve Felice.
We would
who's
expect
down. That's Steve Felice down. He's been very influential so far today, in my opinion at least, for this Coventry team. He's shown a real quality so far. The Coventry players still down Felice. Warwick will need to have a few words said. I really think they will do. There is a bake sale so far behind somewhere in the pavilion. Adam Blunden from Raw has brought me a cookie. Thank you very much, Adam. So we still wait for Steve Felice, who's down. Warwick, I think Coventry have had the better chances. Warwick look like the better team. Jack, where does this game go from now? It's had everything.
I'm not sure.
Everything but a goal.
I'm not sure, Ed. There's been some fantastic chances, and we've seen Warwick, like we talked in the first half, getting down the left side when Ben Barlow looks to overlap, and he's now firstly pushing on past Alex Bailey, now pushing on past Gibb, and it'll be interesting to see who has this power in the final 10 or so minutes. There's a big break in play, is slowly coming to an end, but again, we look around at this pitch underneath the floodlights, the crowd kind of murmuring. No one's really sure who's going to take this game and really be that hero to win this match, but there's a few tired legs out there, Ed, and it may be that one mistake from someone unfortunately cost them this tie.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Anthony up front for Coventry is doing absolutely everything he can. As he soared into the air, I almost saw a flicker of amazement from Dan Rubin, and the Coventry photographer's back. She didn't get my best side. Here we are.
There we
She's
go.
got my best side. Here we are. Oh, she gets
the game's underway.
$1 million smile.
There it is.
The $1 million smile as Ben Cole will play this out wide to James Winsbury. Right back for Warwick, calming down the game here. Warwick, I think they're confident in their quality. That's something that's very important for Warwick. They know that they are a fantastic side. As Umeano will drive across here. Sam Toes. There might be a lot of injury time in this second half as Winsbury cut inside. Umeano back to Sam Toes, calming the game now. Warwick, there's space out here on the left hand side. Kyereme driving forward, comes into Bartol Bibb. Here is Umeano, tries to flick it over. He's pushed almost by the Coventry player there, but here's some space for Pearce into Pat Gibson. Here's Sadiso on the right hand, left hand side. There he is. He can't quite get past his man. Coventry will clear, but it'll only go as far as Pearce. That's our main man over there, Pat Gibson. As Pearce will play back into Kyereme. Sam Toes. Kyereme again. Into Pat Gibson. Rolls it out to Sam Toes, into Umeano. Here is Pat Gibson. Bit of space for Umeano again. Can he create something? We know he's a good player, but Warwick are just playing it around the back
100% now, Ed. We're into the 82nd minute now. Can we see someone look to push on and try and create that chance, create that goal?
Bartol Bibb. Done well there, Parchment. Now Coventry can break down this right-hand side. Poor play. Really poor play. Giving it away, and Gibson will recycle again to Winsbury. And you feel Warwick just need to have someone set this game alight. We know that midfield three of Gibson, Umeano and Pearce are very comfortable on the ball. I just want to see Jay Batchelor getting behind, and here he does, as I say it. Batchelor tries to bring it down, and here we go, Lucas Bartol Bibb, left-footed cross into the side, but it's going.
Barlow there, again looking to bomb on from fullback head. He's been very dangerous, but I don't think we've seen that same energy, perhaps a little bit of some tired legs approaching, but if you look at Jay Batchelor now, he looks a frustrated figure. He hasn't received the service he would have wanted, and the Coventry centre-backs have done very well as the noise rings around.
10 minutes left.
Bartol Bibb is the
Can I just
noise.
repeat this again? Neither team have gone a game this season without scoring. As here come Warwick again, and here drives Ishol Umeano and Sadiso now. Ed Sadiso, the fresher. Can he create something? He hasn't been able to all night. Winsbury into Pearce. Surely there's space. Pearce, he nearly tries to find Umeano, but Winsbury's in the way, and here come Coventry driving forward. Poor pass to Parchment. The game's starting to get exciting.
To stretch
end to end now. This is what we need. As Warwick will recycle this. Here's Pearce, brought down under pressure on the Coventry player. jeers from the sidelines. They want another yellow card.
But again, Pearce over this edge, and this is a big opportunity now. Not long left, and Luke Pearce over it.
Toes, Batcher, Gucci Mare, Sadiso, and Solmedo kind of in the middle.
Jay Batcher as well there at the back post.
Indeed. Put in towards Batcher. It falls! Nearly to Almeida. Here's Gucci Mare! He nearly gets on his hand. He scored a couple of goals this season. Lucas Bartle-Bibb tries to claim it, but Coventry get it. It falls to Gucci Mare. He tries to have a left-footed swing that came off defender and straight back into him.
No, he's not the tallest man, Gucci Mare, but he does pose a threat from set pieces along with his taller counterpart Sam Toes. Both of them have been very solid, and well, when Warwick have had those dead ball opportunities, they've been the men to look to pose a little bit of a threat. But again, we've talked about it a lot, but Pilkington, you talked about him, you built up his Instagram account on the fact that he's a penalty specialist, but we haven't seen him work that much yet by Warwick, and I think in this final few moments we need to see them working, because it's been 80 or so minutes now as number 8 is down holding his head.
I was going to say, for Warwick this season, let's talk about some stats. Their record, 8 wins, 1 draw, 3 losses, 4 clean sheets. They've scored 26 goals this season. There are goals in this side. Surely they can create something as Varsity comes to its close and it's getting very nervous in the stands. Warwick fans try and get behind their team, but I think it's a nervous energy now. And I think Warwick really need to find something. The Warwick players jeering James Pilkington. Obviously, they do not like his ginger locks, as I do, as the ball floats towards Santos, who clears that. It's fallen to Coventry. Foot, though, it's just wide of the far post. That's a corner kick deflected away. Both teams going long now, and the ball's dropping into space. And that is really causing some issues, especially for Lucas Bartle-Bibb to maybe create something on this left wing. But for now, Coventry are on the attack. And they'll put this ball into the area. It's an outswinger this time. A little bit of a change. Rather than going deep, maybe they'll go to the front post. It is towards the middle of the area. Cleared away well there by Lucas Bartle-Bibb. Rising well. Utility player. Very good in defence. We know that.
Into the 86th minute now, Ed, and 5 minutes to go. Can someone be a hero here?
There'll be a lot of stoppage time, I think. I reckon there'll be at least 4 minutes of stoppage time. We'll see how this goes. Warwick versus Coventry, under the lights, Friday night Varsity. It is still 0-0.
Incredible,
it really
Ed.
is.
And we've kind of seen a few of the loud fans, both for Coventry and Warwick. The atmosphere's kind of died down. We expected a big, high goal-scoring affair, but we haven't seen it yet. It's going to be a case of can those fans get behind the players and see them push in this final 4 or so minutes and find that goal that would surely take them to victory tonight.
Absolutely. As Coventry will try and build something here in the area. A little bit of space. Anthony turns away well. Will he find a shooting opportunity? No, he won't. James Winsbury will try and clear this down the line. He does so. But Coventry will recycle the ball. Coventry, and it's all the way in. Jay Batchelor closing down. We love to see that from Jay Batchelor. Does well. Really does well there. Will he keep the ball? No, he won't. He has a swing almost. That's a free kick to Coventry. As Warwick will get this free kick. Luke Pearce over this. 4 or 5 in the area. We see big Sam Toes. And Ed Sadiso finding some space. And off comes Pat Gibson. We did not expect to see that. Pat Gibson running this game has come off the field. Substitution on for Pat Gibson as the ball put towards the back post. It's near Jay Batchelor. Can't quite claim it. As the new Warwick player will chase back and Anthony tries to push forward. Here's Winsbury. Coventry try and play him behind. Here's Anthony, but it's going to fall all the way back to Ben Cole. Few minutes left in this Varsity game. We're getting very close to a 0-0 draw. As I apologise for everybody watching this stream who wanted goals. I accept all blame. As Ben Cole will fire this out to Barlow, the left back. Is there space in behind for Jay Batchelor? Or Bartle-Bibb, who makes that run down the right-hand side. But here's Batchelor. Does well. Finds Salado. Clipped in towards the new Warwick player. Nearly brought down. It's cleared away by Coventry. Almeida has done a couple of really nice touches there. Nearly found the Warwick player. But it's cleared away, and we have Warwick Warwick throw in there.
Ed, incredibly, we've built up penalties, but the rumours are it finishes as a draw.
It finishes a draw?
Which is a massive anticlimax if
Okay.
it is the case.
That is disgraceful.
We were sure it was going to penalties, but apparently that's not the case.
So no
as we
penalties.
approach
What about a
into
fight to
the
the
final
death?
few moments, Ed, 2 minutes left now.
I think a fight to the death. Or on Pat Gibson versus Pilkington versus Cole. Let's settle this once and for all. No goals. So, well, this could be a massive anticlimax. But still a fantastic game so far. Coventry will try and build. Neither team will be happy with a draw. Both will be hideously disappointed.
100% Ed.
And here comes for Coventry. Coventry, right foot shot. It misses on one opportunity for Coventry.
What an opportunity that is Ed.
Oh, dearie me. Coventry really should have scored. The ball's played in behind, and De Felice, the player we were talking about before, we knew he knew he was dangerous. He found space.
I think it's a superb
I think it's a good save from
there
Ben Cole.
from Ben Cole, and it's a fantastic opportunity in these final few moments for Coventry to nick it at the death.
How much extra time can we have? I want Fergie time, Dingra time for Balraj as it's cleared away. Balraj time, that's what I'm naming it. We need some extra time. We need to settle this. This needs to be settled. I still haven't commentated on the Varsity win for Warwick University. Still.
Ed, I'm yet to commentate on a goal.
Look, Jack, let's not go into the basics here. Luckily we did netball last year. That couldn't remain goalless. As long throw now from Coventry. We love to see it as the ball's flicked in. Cleared away by Kyereme into the stands. And you feel, where are Warwick getting this goal? Where are Warwick getting this goal?
I'm not sure. We've seen a few changes, but they're yet to get into the game. Perhaps a little bit of pressure, but it's Coventry are dominating the final few moments here.
Coventry looking is cleared away by Barlow into the trees. In doubt, Rosette.
The solitary tree there.
The solitary. We say tree, though. I think there are 4 or 5 very nice ones.
It's been very
They're
interesting.
getting their leaves very quickly back. I hope they're not fake trees, like the fake pitch. There's another throw in.
And the ball makes its way back. 2 balls on the pitch.
We love that. I don't know how much stoppage time there's going to be, but if this does end as Coventry on their right hand side, put it into the area. Oh, they're kicking a brilliant save! I'm really not happy with the draw. Should we go for the start one more time, Jack? You want to hear it? Neither team have got a game this season without scoring. Come on!
Long throw here from Coventry.
Cleared away by Warwick. It's going forward to Parchment, who heads it back in. Cleared away by Sam Toes. Warwick can bring Penn back. But here's the opportunity. Olmedo can get a good challenge. Here, Warwick break. Warwick forward. This is Barlow on the side. He clips it towards Batchelor. But can Batchelor win that? He does.
Opportunity here.
That's an offside. Is that an offside? That is an offside. That's going to be a card. There's going to be a card. I think is that for Lucas Barton? No, that's a card for another Coventry player. So technically, if we're setting this by yellow cards, and we get to see a fantastic another free kick from the Coventry goalkeeper.
So it's an interesting chant there, Ed.
Warwick FC, sha-la-la-la-la-la, is my favourite of all football chants. I do it all about Pat Gibson personally. The ball's cleared forward, and surely someone could find a winner now. Surely there is a bit of something special in this game. This is Varsity, lads. Pull something out. As Bartel Bibbs brought down, free kick for Warwick. Can this be their moment? Pierce will be over this.
It's an opportunity here. They've got to send everyone forward here. Why not have a go? Sam Toes there making his way over the halfway line. He's told Piercy to wait. Jay Batchelor, Sadiso, all making their way forward. Opportunity here as it swung in, Ed.
Batchelor, can he win the header? He does so. Coventry will try and clear it away, and they do very well. Winsbury will bring it down. It's poor touch really from him. Can't find a Warwick player. Sadiso, can he get inside? Jay Batchelor, can Jay Batchelor get forward? He's offside. I feel he's unlucky there.
You can see why he's been frustrated there all afternoon. He just hasn't had the surface into him. He's been very isolated up top, and he cuts a frustrated fissure there as he's caught offside, Ed.
Fired forward by Coventry yet again into the sky under the floodlights of this beautiful pitch. Then it's Coventry coming forward again. Where's this game going? Surely there is a winner in the final moments. I think we're into stoppage time now. Fired forward. Coventry trying to find some space. Onto the right foot. Here's Parchment. Parchment. Can he cut onto his left foot? He does. Beats one. Beats two. Onto his left foot. Can he find someone in the middle? No, he can't. He's squeezed out there, is he? No, it's forward through to Coventry. Coventry can win it. Oh, great save! Unbelievable stuff. It's clipped back in. And it's falls straight to Ben Cole. Jack, what a moment!
How has that stayed out there? I'm not sure who's got on the end of it. We are so far away down here at this end, but somehow between Winsbury and Cole, they managed to, well, keep it off the line, and Warwick can come forward now in the final moments of adding on time, Ed.
Jay Batchelor, can he get his head to it? Yes, he can. Can he win it? Can he come away with it? Warwick do. Sadiso, he hasn't done anything all game. We need something from you. Here's Winsbury. Into Sadiso. Little bit of space for Warwick now. Who's going to pop up? Olmedo. We know he can shoot from range, and the pass just isn't coming off, is it? Olmedo again. Olmedo onto his right foot. Will he ever go? Will he ever go? He cuts onto his left now. Warwick recycle. Surely there's a chance for a shot.
Opportunity
it's out wide. Here's Morrison. It's crossed into the area. Oh, it's just wide. And that's it.
And that brings an end.
And that's it. And I think that's everything over. The final moments, we thought we had a winner. Luke Bartle bib down the left-hand side, and nothing
What a chance,
could be settled.
What a chance. It's Ben Barlow who works down the left-hand side there, and he whips across, and we see the Coventry players there talking to the ref now. I don't think anyone knows what happens.
Yeah, exactly.
I think everyone was so confident there was going to be goals. It's been 0-0, and now I'm not sure who knows what's happening. They're having a conversation here.
Jay Batchelor nearly got on the end of that, so we think this is it. We're not sure. Will it go to penalties? We're not sure. Will it go to a fight to the death? I'd like to, but I don't think it will. Statistically, it might be impossible. Varsity's, a very sport. Some spectators are filing out. I'm not sure what's happening here.
They're having a meeting.
The referee.
It looks like a meeting,
Can we send somebody in? Kylan, our roaming reporter, is going to find out for us. Try and find out what's going on. Kylan, try and find something. We want penos from the social set behind us. What is going? I think that's it.
Is that it?
I think that's it. They've shaken hands.
What an anti-climax.
They've shaken hands. Kylan has done the symbolic whoosh. That's it. Coventry 0, Warwick 0. Under the spotlights, we saw two very good teams who, frankly, I think wilted under the pressure. There's surely a winner there. Ben Cole kept amazing saves.
So Chiddy, what a dynamic end to the second half there. No goals, but what did you think?
Coventry really got it, not from away the win there. Really had a couple of brilliant chances at the end. Really upped the intensity towards the end. I think Warwick's defenders started to tire, and you saw a few gaps emerging in their defence. I think Coventry really should have scored one of their few chances at the end, but came away empty-handed, 0-0.
They definitely had at least a couple of massive chances there. So what happened, Joel? What do you think?
I don't know what it was. I think it was nerves. I think at the end, that lad, the one that hit the post at the end, I think he's got to tuck that in. It was an easy chance. I know we're all the way back here, but it looks like he should be putting that away. And the earlier one, I think keeper got a finger to it because they went out for a corner, but Coventry going to be kicking themselves, thinking they could have got the win here in the spoils. But credit to Ben Cole, he's done well. He'd be my man of the match. Personally, he's kept it tight. Couple of great saves second half.
So obviously Ben Cole was named as one of your star players during the first half. Do you think that he was again one of the stars?
Yes. I think Coventry, they'll be kicking themselves, like I said, that they should have got a win. But Ben Cole's made some great saves. The one from the overhead kick, that was a fantastic save. Spectacular reflexes. He showed composure at the back. He was calm, and I think the Coventry keeper, to his credit, he didn't have much to do. He had a couple of great distributions, but I think the Coventry keeper, he didn't have much to do. I think the Warwick keeper, he'd be my man of the match.
Lovely. Thanks for that, Joel. And we're going to head over to Luke now to see a couple of replays from the second half.
Oh, the challenger are flying in, and James Winsbury goes in for one. It's 0-0. It's fired towards the back post. Out comes the keeper, Ben Cole. Doesn't get to it. Nice cross line. Brilliant defending.
Bit of play.
An unbelievable today. Jack's nightmare for being able to pronounce his name as Bailey into Ben Barlow. Ben Barlow's going to try and win that. Will he keep it in? I think he has. Here's Ben Barlow. Try and horse past him. Here's Alex Bailey into the area. Here's Jay Batchelor. Shoots, and that's way home.
Big chance there.
I'm not sure
big
I think that's going to go out for a
And Chiddy, no goals in the second half. And you were saying as well that the formation perhaps should have changed after the first half. What do you think that Warwick should have done then?
I think they should have really tried to push a few men forward, because I think Warwick really struggled to create chances. a lot of the balls are really like hopeful balls through to the wingers and stuff. But I think they really should have tried to maybe push a few more men forward, maybe even try and get the wingers to push a bit forward more to really cause trouble for the Coventry back line.
What do you think actually went right for Warwick? Do you think that they did anything particularly well?
I think second half they started to keep the ball a bit better. They tried to keep it on the floor a bit more and really tried to find the spaces, a few little triangles, which were nice to see. But I think they really struggled to create chances today. You saw their Coventry keeper really didn't have to make any saves, so they really struggled to create chances.
Lovely. And now we're going to go live to Kyereme, who I believe is with goalkeeper Ben Cole.
Thank you, Casey. Yeah, I'm joined by Warwick's star man, Ben Cole, the number 1 in goal. Many players saying he deserves man of the match. Ben, how are you feeling about the performance?
Yeah, as a team, we were very good. We were up against it for quite a lot of it. Annoyed that we didn't get the win, but yeah, all right result in the end.
And we've got to talk about that save from the overhead kick. It was a brilliant shot. Some will say even better save. What went through your mind when you saw the ball just flying at you?
It was more reactions more than anything. It kind of instinct, just kind of grabbed at it, and luckily I got enough on it to tip it over.
And obviously with the save from the free kick as well, another key moment in the game. Talk us through that one.
Yeah, we were up against it straight away. Couldn't have gone down that early on, but no, did well.
Did the game plan go as you expected? Did the team perform as you wanted?
Yeah, we played well. I mean, the result wasn't what we wanted, but overall, would be happy with the performance.
Cool. Thank you very much for speaking to us. Congratulations. Well played. Back to you.
Joel, did we see any real chances for Warwick in the second half?
We saw a couple half chances, couple half opportunities, but ultimately they didn't really get much into it. It was Coventry who were on top for most of the game. I think Warwick will be disappointed. Like I said at half time, they need to create some chances. They need to test the keeper. They didn't really do that today. I think the keeper got off lightly. I think Jay didn't have any chances really. He didn't really get much service. They got the ball out wide a bit later on in the game, and they did have near the end. They had an opportunity that could have gone through. But ultimately, I don't think the keepers had too much to worry about today.
And let's see what Chiddy has to say about a couple of the replays from the second half.
Towards the back post, over Ben Cole, arrives a Coventry player and he puts it over the bar, and what an opportunity that is. Drops that towards the back post, nearly gets his head on it, and that is so close to an opener from Thomas Gushimar. Put in towards the back post, over Ben Cole. I think it's going over. No, it's a great stop from Ben Cole.
Fantastic save there.
Ben Cole down to his right. That's Coventry on their right hand side. Put it into the area. Overhead kick, a brilliant save! Unbelievable!
And Luke, you were saying that there was nothing particularly neat about Warwick's play during the second half. What do you think they could have done better?
I'd say it's unfair. There's definitely improvement from the first half. Some really neat moves down the left-hand side, just struggling to find the final ball at times. But there were still instances where it was just a few sloppy passes in midfield, just killing momentum. They couldn't really string any decent bits of possession together. I think it's something they'll look to improve in going into the rest of the season.
What do you think that they should take forward into the rest of the season then?
I would say, I think they should definitely look back over this game. Obviously, it's been broadcasted, so they can do that, which is very much beneficial to them. I would also say, I would say that they've learned here that they can just sort of dig out and grind out for a draw, even when they're not playing particularly well. Give them that little bit of a bonus there, and just look at the way that they defended there. I think it was absolutely superb, particularly goalkeeper Ben Cole, who you have to give commemorations to.
And what about you, Chiddy? Do you think that there's anything that Warwick or Coventry could take into the rest of the season?
Well, I think Coventry will take away more positives today. Definitely created enough chances to win the game. I think they'll be really happy with how their set pieces are working on. Maybe they worked on it in training, I'm not sure, but really very dangerous today. And also, they'll be happy. Coventry will be very happy with their defence as well. They really kept it tight and really made it hard for Warwick to create chances. So Coventry, despite not winning, they'll take a lot of positives going into forward.
Do you think perhaps nerves got to either of the teams during the second half, Chiddy?
Yeah, I think especially towards the end of the game, you saw a few mistakes creeping in, and I think that especially Warwick, maybe with the home crowd in front of them, it's like a big crowd. A lot of them are not.
There was a fair bit of cheering tonight, wasn't there?
Yeah, a lot of chants going on, but obviously they're not used to playing in front of such a big crowd, so that probably had an impact on their performance today.
Lovely. What about you then, Luke?
I would say, I think Warwick played pretty well today. I think going into the rest of the season, just trying to keep these sorts of performances, learn from them. There are definitely things they can improve on. They just didn't quite have that same level of composure you would expect from them. So I think if they can work on that, just approach games, be a little bit more relaxed. I think maybe the occasion got to them a little bit, and just sort of relax yourself, go into the game, play football like you know you can. I think they'll take that against the rest of the season. Just learn from this experience.
And Chiddy, I can't remember if you just said. Did you say who your star player of the game was?
I didn't, but I'd also give it to Ben Cole. Ben Cole was phenomenal between the sticks, and without him, Warwick would have lost. So definitely he deserves man of the match. Really great performance, really assured, and a few brilliant saves.
And what about for Coventry? Did you know any particularly good players on there?
I think their right winger, the number 7, was really tricky down the right-hand side. He really caused the left back a lot of problems today. So I think definitely I'd probably give it to him.
Lovely. And we're going to head over to Joel now for a couple of replays too.
Well, I'll tell you.
Here it comes for Coventry. Coventry, right foot shot. It misses. Oh, what an opportunity for Coventry. No, he squeezed out there, is he? No, it's forward. Who's Coventry? Coventry can win it. A great save. Shot. Opportunity now right. Here's Morrison. It's crossed into the area. Oh, it's just wide.
Lovely. And thank you very much for watching today. Make sure to head over to radio.warwick.ac.uk tomorrow for Varsity Live from 2 till 6 p.m, including live coverage of the cricket at 3:30. It's time to say thank you to our panellists, Luke, Joel and Chiddy, and to our pitch side team, Kyereme, Ed and Jack. Thank you very much. I'm Katie Tarrant. Thank you. This has been Varsity Friday night, and have a good night.